Okay, so picking up where we left off, the group made their way to Whittle, meeting Nyx and Cass's parents, Helene having a strange moment with her brain momentarily scrambled. After that, they headed to the cabana, seeing Kaelin and learning about about their time apart, before getting a space and starting to enjoy their evening. Wow, my brain. We come back. The evening is yours. It is. We'll call it like 8 p.m. What would you like to do?
Early bedtime.
I mean, go if you want. Go ahead.
Can we just set the scene a little bit? So
yeah, okay.
We've got
let me set this.
Yeah.
Let me set the scene. So you're on the White Pearl cabana. There is sort of like sand on a main sort of floor area with a bunch of sort of like cloth tents and like can't think of the word I'm like doing the hand gesture. Yeah, tents, stuff like that. There are these. So the moon is reflecting off of the sand and the water, and there's this like soft like light in the air, sort of dancing off of the pearls that are on the ground. In these sort of blues, greens, and yellows and pinks. You can see that Alex, sort of as the party, properly like started, I guess is the best way to put it. He comes down with a few like other people who are helping him cook, with a number of like platters of various foods, all made to your specific likings because he knows you guys well enough at this point. You can see that a few of your allies are wandering about. You know, there's Mel, there is Layla, Nyx is around, Helene is around, Kaelin is around. There's also Alex, Akari, Cassian, and Cass's parents.
Who's Akari? Sorry. Oh, the fox person.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There is also Fenric up here, who is the artificer. He sort of as you were sort of looking around the space, you can see he's got like sort of behind him. There's like a various like necklaces or like pearl based artifacts and items. You can also see. I didn't want to say it. You can also see sort of on a table next to him is a what appears to be an ink tattooing station, as well as some magical type ink and dust for magical tattoos, not the ones that you will find in D&D Beyond, special ones that I've made. And yeah, you can see sort of drinks are around, and the sort of it's warm. No, it's a bit cool actually. It's getting to winter at this point, but you're in a desert, so it's fine. It's temperate. The water is slapping against the shore. Everyone is where they are on the map, either drinking, talking, sitting and reading, or whatever.
Is there a place we could set up a big barbecue bonfire?
I don't have one on a map, but yeah, there is a sort of. If you look
like
to
here?
the south end of the map, there is like it's like a small raised section with stone. It's like slightly farther away for like a it'd be like a torch, almost like Beacons of Gondor type.
Yeah.
Not there. Very south of the map.
Like, sorry.
But then you could also probably find some sticks and set one up. Yeah, sort of in between, like where Nyx is, or sort of where that cart is on the map, if you wanted to.
Okay, just wondering. So you mentioned this fella's got stuff for tattoos. That was something I had been considering for Archeron for a little while. Not specifically magic ones, but you mentioned magic ones. So do you have pricings for those?
I do.
Two, what they do?
If anyone goes up to Fenric, he is. I'll just like make. I was gonna just like try and find the image of him, but I'll just make this one bigger on the map for a second. That's what he looks like.
It's
something about that's really uncanny. I don't know what it is about it.
It's a smile.
Yeah.
It's just completely dead behind the eyes.
But yeah,
I mean, he is an artificer, so...
Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Get you.
Yeah, so you see he's like sitting there sort of like his like feet are up on a like a stool in front of him, and he's like sitting there just like weaving or like drawing something. You can see sort of you like gesture to the bits with tattoos, and he goes, yeah. So I got two versions of two. There's a minor ones and the major ones. And he like finds it. He goes through a list. He, scrolls on his or like he pulls back some like pieces of paper on a thing he's carrying. So none of these are attunement. However, you can only have one effect at a time. So you can only have the effect of one of them at a time. I will read them out and then I will send it. There are minor tattoos, which are 75 gold each. There is a tattoo of skill, which gives you a +2 bonus in a skill of your choice. There is tattoos of resilience, which gives you a +1 bonus to a saving throw of your choice. There is also a tattoo of swiftness, which increases the walking speed of the creature by 5 feet and gives them a +1 bonus to initiative. And then the major tattoos are the Tattoo of the Guardian, which gives you a +1 bonus to your AC. There is Tattoo of the Elemental, which gives you a resistance to an elemental damage type of your choice, which can change on a long rest. There is the Tattoo of Shadow, which gives you 30 feet of blind sight. There is the Tattoo of Divine Protection, which the creature becomes resistant to radiant or necrotic damage, which you can change on a long or short rest. The minor ones are 75, the major ones are 450. And I will send this over. Probably, you're the one who spends the most money on spells.
Weirdly, I think the minor ones are slightly more useful. Because there's hardly any combat, so I think they're much more useful. We can only have one at a time.
You can only have the effects of one at a time, so you could technically have two and then like pick which one you wanted on a long rest, but you could only have the effects of one of them.
I think I'll go for one of them. Yeah, I'll go for the tattoo of skill. I think that kind of goes to what he was. So on the picture I did the other day. I was going to play it that he just like randomly woke up with it. It wasn't so magical, like it's or like a teensy weensy bit magical. That kind of plays into it. Pardon?
Sounded like Stewie Griffin then.
No, I've just been watching the Orville, so it might be that. So he's going to get that on his right forearm, going down from just above the wrist, like down the forearm. And it will be like the imagery I took was like Norse runes, because I'm a big fan of like non-racist people trying to reclaim the Norse runes, because they're just like littered everywhere with fucking assholes. So like trying to reclaim them is a real cool thing.
It will take some time to do.
How long are we talking?
How big do you want it? That's the question.
Well, it doesn't have to be
hold
massive.
back.
Just like maybe not massive, about 7-8 inches.
I mean,
average size.
Shut the fuck up. I mean, that's not going to be quick. It'd probably take like a good.
That's not there. That is.
That's like I'll say, it's magical. He can do it like quicker than like a regular human. So I will say it would take a good like 2 hours.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take a while to tattoo it. Like you gotta be.
Will he still be there? Like, will we have access to him at other points?
He'll be here all day. And he's around like all evening, and this is where he works. So,
no, what I mean is like presumably I'm not gonna take. Archeron misses out on stuff anyway because he's usually a miserable git. I'm not gonna sideline him for 2 hours whilst he has someone.
Yeah. I mean he'll be like if you guys didn't come here during the party, he would still be here. Like,
okay, I'll maybe come back to him then. Yeah, I'll come back to him.
But yeah, while Archeron's looking at tattoos, is there anything you guys doing in the first hour or two? Great.
So I was going to give someone else a chance to. So yeah, he's perusing the tattoos, and it's like no walk-ins. Please allow for
Well, it's a tattoo. It's gonna.
Yeah, I know.
It's not gonna be quick.
But I thought you said that half an hour. But no, so he's gonna have a nosy and be like, all right, cool, come back later. So Archeron if you're looking for me to set the stage a little bit,
I'm looking for anyone to do anything, honestly.
Yeah. He didn't. He was at the end of the last session, which was 2 weeks ago. So you have to excuse me if I'm misremembering this. He kind of came down, and I had a major attack of brain fog and couldn't really comprehend what was happening. So I just kind of sidelined him as my brain just went soapy for a bit. But I vaguely remember towards the end of the session that you mentioned that the a thing that he tried to pull from Helene, had I succeeded, would have been
yes,
Frosty the Snowman. Yeah.
Well, no, not if you succeeded. If she had taken more damage.
Oh right, that was it. Okay, so yeah, he would.
James, if she had, I just want to put this in perspective. I don't know if I mentioned it enough last session. If she would have taken 3 more hit points worth of damage, she would have blown up Pyra in ice.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. So
just imagine.
Why did we do that?
Archeron is now perfectly acceptable.
No, so I don't want to
Yeah, we don't care about. We care about Pyra, but with Tel, yeah, that's fine.
Well, I mean, shit happens, doesn't it? But so he's
if you shit happens by Pyra's death, I will kill you.
Would you have done that? Would you have done that if you had it 3? Would you be like, all right, guys, see ya? All right, okay.
That's why I was so trying for her not to.
Oh well, it's fine. But James.
Literally the definition of the opposite of fine.
Yeah, literally not fine.
It's fine. But no, so James the person, ambivalent, didn't happen, it's all fine. Archer on the character, slightly, I don't want him to completely dwell on it, so he would re-apologize to Helene, and by way of apology, he would probably say her name right.
Come on, James, say her name right. In a sentence, in a conversation, say her name right. Come on, James.
Yeah. I should be like, Helene. I don't know why. In my head, I don't know. It's just misspelled in my brain, and it's just not shifting. So anyway, he would walk up with to I presume Sidon's still moping around her, and everyone else is just kind of in the vicinity. I think Archeron as a way to apologize, he would be like, Helene, I've brought drinks for everybody. I've got a specific shooter for everybody apart from you, Helene. I've got you a very special Caribbean cool breeze, and it's one of those huge cocktails that's 95% ice, of 4% fruit and 1% soda water kind of thing. But with
got a massive curly straw.
Yeah, massive curly straw. It's got sparklers in it, covered in fruit, sugar crystals around the glass. He's going to pass that as a way of apology. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to destroy Pyra. I hope you're aware. Hopefully that's him.
She gives a. It's all right.
Okay. Well, yes. Thank you very much.
Here's
your huge drink. She
holds it with
needs
2
to
hands.
make a strength check. For Sidon, he's getting a Moscow Mule.
16? Yeah, she's fine.
16. Yeah, she holds it with one hand and doesn't lean over too much.
What's the Moscow Mule?
It's a vodka-based, icy, minty kind of thing. It's quite nice. I quite like him. For Slab, I think Archeron would go for something a dark and stormy, something a little bit a tiny bit gingery and a tiny bit spicy. For Drac, I think it would be an old fashioned, whether they properly heat the orange skin on it. For Maeve, I'm thinking a what do they call them? A Black Russian. Which is rather than milk and vodka, it's Tia Maria, and it's quite a rich, quite a sophisticated drink for Maeve. I've got Slab, Sidon.
You've got
Cass. Cass is the last one, and for Cass, I think if there was a local cocktail, a zombie or a Bahama Mama, something like, or an
curry
Appleton.
Powder in it.
Maybe something with a bit of spice.
Maybe.
Fireball
with a chili in it.
Pete,
You can get remember
that vodka we had at bar 15?
No.
But I had a bar 15.
No.
It was like the spicy vodka, as in like it had a couple, 100,000 Scoville unit.
Oh.
Like,
Fucking
well,
hell.
I'm thinking like a spiced rum for Cass or something.
Oh no, this was a spicy vodka.
Yes,
As in,
yeah,
like, you
yeah.
shot it, as in like your eyes teared up, not because
Yeah.
of the alcohol.
Or what's that one
hot.
with scorpion in it? There's one like a rum you can get, or like a tequila with a scorpion in it.
Oh god, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's talk about
like
scorpions.
that. Yeah, for Cass. I'm not going to go around all the other NPCs because I can't think. My brain isn't that good to drink at the minute. And for himself, I think Archeron would have gone for like he would try to be sophisticated and order the wrong thing. So he would order like a dry martini, and I don't know how many of you have tried a dry martini. They're fucking gross, right?
Never
They are
tried it.
not nice.
Is it
or like
shaken or stirred?
Or like a Bloody Mary or something, which is effectively like
Yeah,
stew.
Bloody Mary is
Yeah.
fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's like
Tomato
soup.
juice.
Yeah,
So,
with
I-
a fucking
actually-
celery stick.
Slight tangent. When I lived in Liverpool, there was a bar not far from where I lived, and it had like 100 cocktails on there. And in my heavier drinking days, my friend and I decided we were going to go through the entire menu over a period of like a week. And the worst thing they had on there by a country fucking mile was a bloody what was it called? A bloody. It's like effectively a Bloody Mary, but it was like Spanish themed, so it's like a Bloody Maria, and instead of having vodka, it had tequila.
So you make
Yeah.
it worse. What the
Worse,
fuck?
yeah. And that it genuinely is one of the worst things I've ever put in my mouth.
The only
Um,
cocktail bar I ever went to was one in, I think it was in Manchester, and I went with my sister, and they had like a tiki bar where they made like
Oh.
all different sweet, like
Yeah.
flavored drinks, and I had like the raspberry fizzy bottles that you can get. I had a cocktail that tasted like the blue raspberry like fizzy bottle sweets.
There's 2 or
So
3 of
good.
them, and I think you're probably talking about the Liars Club. So that's a super popular one, but that shut down because it was just basically an absolute coke haven. Anyway, but yeah, there's a couple of those.
That's your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, that's totally not why I went there anyway.
No, it was because it was crazy. I walked in there and I just opened the toilet. There's like 3 people around a CD. Like this is it within this decade, right? So within the last 4 years, who has CDs anymore? You know what I mean? I was like, wow.
Clearly, people
No.
who do coke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
CD
flat.
sounds right.
It's a flat surface. It's easy
And you
to
can
get
turn
stuff off.
it.
You know.
Anyway, so so for Archon, he'd have ordered the wrong thing, and then like he would just have to power through it. But he would kind of get the I will use this, but please don't like allow the MP. This is James using this phrase rather than Archon. The core group.
Wow.
Not the extended family around and be like friends to maybe fresh starts, new beginnings, turning the page at least, the end of a chapter. Clink.
Clink.
Yeah.
The enthusiasm, wow. And then Archon's going to drink it and be like,
Starts retching.
Did you mess up on the order there, Archon?
oh, I think he put sand in it. Oh, it's so salty.
No, I think that's just the way it's supposed to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's called the taste of the semen.
Oh.
Oh.
I do not want to know what you ordered.
No, so much.
Oh, it's a
pineapple.
tourist trap drink. It's
Oh.
because it sounds like the ocean and we're like the beach. So
This, I was very disappointed because this would have been maybe the 4th, or it definitely would have probably the first cocktail I've ever bought for myself. If anyone has any recommendations of things I would like, I'd be very
Irish.
appreciative. A white Russian. Do we have Russians here?
I was gonna say, what's it
what the
called?
hell's a Russian?
What's the name?
Like a rush, man? Like someone in a rush?
Maeve's gonna very enthusiastically just say, "Oh, sex on the beach."
Uh,
Archeron's like,
Of course, it's irritating. It gets everywhere. No, sex on the beach. I will ask for sex on the beach and later and see how it goes on. But was it
Make sure
fruit?
you ask at the bar.
Oh,
Maeve's gonna
yeah.
like very politely drink. Stop it. Maeve's gonna very politely drink the drink that Archeron got for it, and then immediately order like a espresso martini.
better one. Well, the
I mean,
White
all,
Russian is like
all the drinks are like on the
Tipperary,
house
yeah.
because you like
Oh,
brought the place out for like the.
it's less of a
Okay.
gesture then, but like
Oh,
Well,
I
no,
think
I mean
more,
ordering
yes.
ordering specific ones. That's yeah.
Well, apologies if I didn't get quite the wrong to say. I'm new to this. I will learn. But if anyone, usually it's a case of like beer, ale, mead, wine.
May's gonna like hold out the espresso martini for Archeron to try it and be like, it might be a bit strong, but try it.
Okay. Well, I have had a drink before. It's just I've not had cocktails before.
It's coffee.
Okay. That's, it's a bit. I can see what you like. It's not for me. I think it's something a bit sharper. Something with a. I think maybe like a.
Try whiskey sour.
Oh.
Whiskey sour maybe.
I was trying to think of a sour, yeah.
Not sharp necessarily, like a mojito. That's what James is trying to think of, like a mojito. That's what I really like a mojito.
I hate mojitos.
Really?
They're so good though.
No,
so good.
I don't like mint though.
No.
Mint
no,
is
it is.
specifically for toothpaste
Actually, if we're on the beach,
and chewing gum.
a pina colada, it would be very good. Straight
Pina
out of
colada.
Mm-hmm.
What about? Well, there's a man over there who has got a coconut and a lime, and he's just mixing them both together. Which it looks quite fun. I'll maybe try that. But anyway, no, I won't do another big order like that. It's just I thought the gentleman at the bar says if we do want to do like drinks for the group, something called sambuca. I'm not sure.
God.
Oh no.
No. Okay.
I would say is like for me, I do not like the taste of licorice.
Yeah.
I love it. We have liquid
a
sweets here.
tequila salama. Am I saying that salama?
Jaeger bombs.
But we're just bringing in
She's
real
drinking
life.
espresso martinis and Jaeger bombs. She's gonna be off her fucking tits.
Actually,
This is
what I'm
essentially
gonna-
got a paddleboard where they put
what
a
I-
different shot in a whole, like 12 of them. There's 24 shots, and you have a bunch of friends just drink as many as you can as quick as you can. And I mean, I don't understand. It's only a little bit of liquid. I don't understand what the fuss is about. It can't be that strong. But
Mhm.
What I am going to say is that
Famous last words.
is that there was a guy at the bar who's like still around. We'll say, because I don't know, it's a fun character book. We'll say Kalen's the mixologist for this, because I don't know why it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It seems to fit. So like, there's another guy like next to him who's also like the actual mixologist for the place, but Kalen's currently the person doing all the shaking of the stuff. Because I don't know why.
surely
it
should
feels
be
like
the
that makes sense.
artificer. Like
Nah.
mix,
Why
like
do
like
I
putting
imagine
dry
him-
ice in it and stuff.
Why do I imagine him doing the fucking mask dance?
Mask dance.
You know from the film The
Oh,
Mask?
from the Jim
Oh.
Carrey movie.
What's his name?
Cuban Pete.
Cuban Pete, and he's just like shaking the things, and he's like doing the Cuban Pete dance. Yeah, exactly.
No, he's not.
I mean, we could maybe. I mean, we have
Once
magic,
he's
we could
drunk,
make
once
him
he's
this.
once he's more drunk, he might. Currently, he's not.
Well,
Currently,
anyway,
hell no.
there is a wonderful selection of meats and things. So I'm going to go and see if
Yeah, Alex has just got like a fucking like a table that's just covered
hog
in different
roast.
foods. Yeah, covered
Right.
in all different foods. He asked you beforehand what sort of things you'd like, and that's just like whatever you want, essentially within reason.
pancakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Archon's gonna after we've
Rusty?
had the clang. Yeah, he's gonna go and social butterfly for a bit. But I would say it will have happened. This is him apologizing and drawing a line under nearly destroying Pyra, and then he's going to do his best to forget about it.
Gonna drink away his sorrows.
Mhm.
But yeah, anyway, what is anyone else doing?
My mom brought curry and I'm eating it.
Yeah, so you can see, obviously, sort of where Alex is on the map is where sort of the main majority of food is, but Cass's parents had come down, I assume. Cass would have been the one to be like, hey, we're having a party, come down.
Did
And
we meet
you...
Cass's dad?
Curry, yeah!
No, he was here.
He was here, that's when you were having your fruity. He was around, he was at the cabana when you guys got here. He was hauling in some like fish and some like pearls and stuff. But yeah, he's down sort of near where Cass is on the map. And yeah, they were Cass. They both would have sort of come down together and would have brought like not obviously the full vat of curry.
What?
But
Why not?
no, it's heavy. And it's not that close.
And no one can use Mage Hand?
Mage Hand cannot carry
they're
that
normal
much.
people,
Yeah,
they don't
no.
have magic.
But yeah, it would have been like a few sort of like bigger bowls of it, like 3 or 4 like bigger
Some
bowls.
Tupperware.
Yeah, almost like some Tupperware with like obviously Alex has like smaller plates and bowls and stuff if people want portions.
Is it like a buffet?
Essentially, Alex's bit is just like a buffet. They have like their own sort of smaller thing there, but yeah, essentially.
It's music.
Maeve, calm down. You'll like this one.
Yeah, I couldn't find any copyright-free party instrumental music, but there is like some form of music in the background.
The B-52s.
Yep, I'm really
Yep.
bad with names of artists.
They're the Love
and-
Shack.
Oh,
So come on, and get your jukebox money.
I'm notoriously bad with any name of artists, actors. Awful. But yeah, there'd be some like light music in the background. You know, Alex, he is a bard, but he wouldn't like be joining in. He's too busy with the food. There would be a few people around who are playing some music. It's not the YMCA.
Oh, slab lights off.
I mean, Slab could join if you want.
Lights off. He's never done it. I've asked him to do it, and he doesn't.
Yeah, he has actually.
When?
When you weren't looking.
Hey, I've
Well,
never heard your voice
when you
go
were
so shrill.
questioning Thingy in the other room.
Oh, okay, yeah, once.
Exactly. He's done
As a
it.
distraction.
He's done it.
I could, yeah. So if there's music, I'm assuming it's just like maybe a unspecified NPC with a guitar plate, just not
Yeah,
playing.
there's like
more
a few
legit.
guys who work around here that are like playing some music that have like
Okay.
you know, like get like a commission for the party
Yeah.
funds and stuff.
Do
around
they
this.
have karaoke?
Is the water cold or is it
The
temperate? as well?
water is on the cooler side, but it's not like frigid. Like you could go in and take a few minutes
Yeah.
to like settle in, but it's
Yeah,
As
I would-
long as you get your neck in, you were alright.
yeah.
No, I'm not going to go for a swim. But remember, we do have like. Oh no, he hasn't got his spellbook with him. So, but he would have cast water breathing every day. Like only Sidon isn't like able to, like only Sidon's able to drown today for some reason. He was like, no, I don't want it. So yeah, so the rest of us night swimming. I don't have to worry about
You can
it.
have your spellbook with you. It's not.
I just don't think he would have. I just don't think it would make sense if it's a party. I
We left it in
can't.
the room. It's like,
Yeah, I don't think there's like. It's
Yeah.
like I don't imagine people walking around with weapons either.
Probably just have it somewhere. Like I mean, there's like you guys.
I know
have,
where it is, but like, I just,
like
yeah.
up here, there are like some
Yeah.
huts and stuff that you guys can stay in if you want to, or you can go back to houses and stuff. There, you can probably
Yeah, huts
have
are there, I
got
think.
one of them
Yeah,
and
yeah.
put like any items or things in that if you didn't want to have money.
Is Rayod partying?
Well, this wasn't the fact of Rayod. It was more
Just
than
like raving in the background.
I
He was in
picture
here
it as
tonight
being, like,
raving like a
massive.
madman.
Like, imagine like the
Ooh, calm down,
the
buddy.
monster manual, the player's handbook, and the DMG all together. That kind of size. So it's just like not the. Maybe he has it and he's using it as a sofa, like a seat, like so he isn't getting sand in his arse crack. But that's about it. He's not like walking around with it like he normally would be, like if he was on an adventuring day. But like if there are, I think it's been a tough couple of weeks for us all. So he would like gently be trying to get people to do things that maybe they wouldn't normally do that are effectively harmless. So like taking people to like see who's up for a paddle, I
can describe the temperament of different NPCs because I do have that all written down.
This is specific to the party, but also there will be NPCs in a moment.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah, not to cut you. No, I don't want to talk to them
Okay,
fuckers.
I'll drink. I'll drink my water in silence.
No, it's primarily the party at first, and then because I realise I've been talking for a lot, I will shut up for a bit, and then I will talk to an NPC. There's one or two I do want to talk to, but I would be like just to try and get like a party atmosphere amongst the immediate party of, for lack of a better word, real people. So not the NPCs. Just
She's
try
real
get
to me, James.
Yeah.
Are
Are you sentient discriminating?
So so
Wait, James, am I not a real person?
Yeah, well, this paddleboard of shots and like trying to take people for, like his energy's up, and I like to think that it's like maybe a tiny bit infectious. Like if he sees people aren't quite sure what to do with themselves or just sitting there quietly, because we've had plenty of time to do that, he would maybe get to get them up for a bit of a boogie, not obnoxiously, but kind of tipsy uncle at a wedding kind of thing. But he's only had one drink. He wouldn't have moved on to a second one yet, and he would barely have touched his first one because it was gross. And they they're taken out and maybe 2 sips, and was yeah, you can take the olive back. I don't want it. I plant it and grow a tree.
Good part.
Yeah, well, this is it. And so yeah, he would then to drag people into the water. I imagine maybe of all the people who'd be up for a splash fight, Slab would be up for a splash fight, kicking water at each other.
Slash fight.
A slash fight. Yeah, that comes later.
Sword fight.
Cannonball!
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes up here, you just see him start running, and he goes up to this bit and cannonballs off, misses a rock by 2 inches.
Well, yeah, I will ask. Is anyone getting in the water? Is anyone?
I have a little thing, but I don't want to. I will wait until James.
I'll go in the water, not super deep, but
yeah, I mean,
you can sit down and enjoy yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still eating curry.
Yeah, Archon would get in for a bit and have a splish splash about.
There's an initial as you're going in. It is cold-ish, but luckily, the area is warm enough where it's not too much of an issue. There's the minute and a half. But after that, you sort of settle into it, and
It's the area within 5 feet of Archon gets warm, and maybe this is 2 or 3 drinks in. It's am I prestidigitating or am I pissing?
I was gonna swim, however now.
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, Drac is not gonna go in the water.
I could flaming sphere.
Archon has said that.
No, guys.
You haven't got your spell book.
It's a cantrip. I just know it.
He said flaming sphere.
Oh no, for flaming sphere, I would have to go and get my. Well, I don't think that has material components. I don't think I need it. I have the spell prepared. I actually don't know what I've got prepared for. I say flaming sphere. No, I've got dragon's breath.
Wait, the dragon breath. Dragon breath. I don't think requires material components.
It does, but I can get canonically. I know I can get it from the bar because it's a red hot chili pepper.
That's actually what's playing in the background now.
Yeah. So I do have catapult prepared as well, so it could be guys, tequila.
God. Kill them with
Tequila
it.
cannonball.
Catapult Slab into the water.
That's how can we throw him? Yeah.
Toss me.
90 feet.
I'm not chunk at the minute.
You have a slab throwing contest.
Am I getting bullied?
Remember, you can't drown. You physically, you could stick your head into the water and take the biggest gulp you wanted, and you still couldn't drown.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, but then you'd be coughing up salt water because it's salt water.
No, you can't choke on it.
Well, but then you're.
Yeah, but you'd still be gross.
Just
Yeah.
taste salt.
So it would effectively be breathing in salt?
Yeah.
You like
Well,
breathing
It would be horrible. I
you'd
would
be
hate
you'd be
that.
breathing in liquid salt.
Well, this is a question. Do you breathe normally, or is it just do you just give you endless breath underwater?
No, I mean I think you have to breathe. You breathe the water like almost like a fish but without the gills.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me done for 10 minutes.
Yeah, what are people doing? Let's see.
Maeve is gonna go up to Kaelin.
He's shaking a drink.
He's here. There we go.
He's
Um,
right by me.
Yeah, she's gonna ask for a vodka lemonade.
Can do that.
Look over towards where Nyx is on the other side of the beach.
You see, Nyx is. Maeve would know that Nyx is not one for parties.
Yeah.
She's currently sitting under sort of one of the canopies, and is just
Was that the word you were looking for when you were saying tents earlier?
probably,
Canopy.
yeah. And she's just sitting there looking down at a book she's reading, and just trying to be as small as possible.
Yeah, and then she's gonna turn back to Kaelin. I keep nearly saying Caleb because we're watching Critical Role. And she's gonna look back to Kaelin and she's gonna say, "Make it a double, please." And then when she gets the drink,
he gives her a thumbs up, and he does I'll roll a check. I mean, he like no matter what, like it'll be a fine drink. I just want to see what his theatrics are like. 24? Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
He does, all the fucking flips. He gets so the vodka like pours it like fancily rolls it across his back, and then hands you. Was it one or two? Hands
It was
you,
one with like double
double.
vodka.
Yes. And
You're like a real bartender.
Yeah.
Was it a double? Did you want a double?
I can remember whether she asked for two of them or not. But yeah, and then he hands it to you. There you go.
Is there any? Because I know you said there's loads of like garnishes and stuff. Is there? She wants to put a sprig of lavender and a lemon.
It's very specific, but yeah, you can find that.
And then she's just gonna pick up the glass and be like, "Thank you."
Gives you a thumbs up as you go.
She's like smirking because of the theatrics, and then like does one of those like goes to say something and just like nods and closes her mouth and walks away.
He just like shrugs and drinks some of his drink. I don't know what you want me to do.
She's immediately gonna walk over to Nix and just go like shake the glass, and I imagine there's like ice in it.
Yeah. She looks up with like a very awkward looking smile, and like sort of like puts her bookmark and shuts the book. Is that for me?
Mm-hmm.
She like raises an eyebrow and like stands up. What is
Chug.
Well, do you remember that time that we were? I need to think of a random place they would have been.
Withell South.
Yeah, give me a place, a random place that they would have gone through.
I don't know.
You know the map better than I do.
I mean,
Scar of the land.
Probably not. They might have gone through Malachite briefly, or they could have just been a place in
Ardor. Ardor's a port
too
town.
far.
Oh, remember our trip to Middle Earth?
Do you remember that time in place name here?
I gave you a few names.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good one. Pyra, Ardor, they're the cities. Maybe a couple of villages on the outskirts, so I'm assuming.
Get out!
Like smaller ones.
Do you remember that time when we were in Ardor and you said that I could order the two of us?
Sorry, say that again. I heard Pete say something.
Sorry.
I said, do you remember that time in Ardor when I ordered for both of us and you seemed to like it after you had about 4?
I don't remember it.
That's probably because of what the drink has in it. It'll be fine. Just enjoy. I don't know. I was hoping that I could.
She like squints and with a 15 insight check. I know you weren't lying, but she takes the glass.
I've not spiked it, if that's what you think.
She was about to put it to her mouth and says, "I didn't think you did until you said it." But then drinks it, and there's that, when you give like a cat like a lemon, and the face just contorts.
Yeah.
There's like a bit of a face there. I'll make a con save.
So not when they're eating like ice cream.
Pretty similar.
She gets that like shiver down her spine.
Her eyes like go for a second, and her like cheeks like go in. Wasn't expecting that. It's good.
Isn't it just vodka and lemonade?
Yeah, but it's a double.
Yeah.
Good.
But she says, she like gives a thumbs up. Thank you. Sorry, this isn't my thing. She's like looking nervously around at everyone.
Hence the vodka.
That makes sense. She downs the rest of it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know if you'd like another. Maybe now you've had a drink, do you want to talk about? And she's gonna like point to her own face where the mark is.
Better time than maybe than before. Okay. She like goes to like the thing. She sort of awkwardly like stands there as I find it in minutes. She like breathes a few times, and like makes sure no one is like listening. and then says, I'm trying to find the best spot to enter this in the notes I have.
Mhm.
Okay, so after I left, I was looking for information. I needed to know if it was possible
Mhm.
to bring her back, or at least speak to her. I went to Thyrios, back home, soon after after I left, and well, my father isn't doing that well. He's She does like the side of her head like crazy sign,
Yeah.
and like whistle. Um, he a bit forgetful, a little quiet, and I spoke to your dad when I was there, and he'd it was brief. He said that he'd have someone stay with him or check up on him. Anyway, I traveled afterwards to the mountains, to the peaks above Thyrios, trying to see if I could help my dad or speak to my mother. It was stupid, and I have the mark to prove it. And she just gestures to her face. I didn't want to cause this. I'm sorry. I just needed to I couldn't keep going without at least trying, and I just feel a bit ashamed about it.
I think Maeve would look a little bit confused as to like what she meant by that, because obviously is she ashamed about something that she hasn't mentioned, or is she ashamed about the mark? And the look of confusion would be very apparent.
Yeah.
Nyx would know it.
She Nyx looks down at the ground, starts picking at her fingernails, and says, "I did some dark dealings for very few answers, and I did them alone, and well, I did them alone, and we were always better as a pair. While I was trying to find anything, I found myself in Berekis, which is the town to. I'll just change the map instead of trying to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's in. Okay. Berekis is, or Barakis is this town here, in Arcadia. I'll change back. Is there any other places that I should mention? Where were we? What was She says I was in Berekis, and I found some script, some writing hidden on the ground near an abandoned building. The writing was in Infernal, which I can read, obviously. Gestures to her ones. She's a tiefling. It led me to Port Ophina about 3 or 4 months ago, where I got this, and she gestures to the mark. The memory's a bit hazy, but I was sitting near the Athenian tree, the tree that's of Athena, and she goes silent and just looks at you and starts white person smiling. Don't worry. I can see you look nervous, Maeve. I'm fine.
Okay, but there's a few things there that I'm not too sure about. When you say dark dealings. What did you do?
I didn't hurt anyone. I just... I needed... I made a,
Severe lapse in my judgment. Sorry.
I made a connection with my magic that I shouldn't have. And, I don't think it hurt anyone. I just think it opened the door for some, less than nice things. Things that, she, sort of, clutches the, holy symbol of Moralis that's around her neck. Things that wouldn't have been appreciated.
So I'm going to tell you something, and it's going to sound insane, but you know me and you know everything, so it's probably going to sound less insane than most of the things that I say. When we were in Crown Top. There we go.
When we were in fuck.
When we were in Book. No, when we were
I don't know that place.
When we were in Crown Top, we met someone who made these potions, and it was basically like a potion that would make you dream.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us had nice dreams, and some of us not so much. And mine was about you. And at first it was more of a memory.
Mm.
But it was different because you had this marking. That's why I was shocked when I saw you and saw that you had it. But the way that the dream ended was there was these two red hands, and they sort of wrapped themselves around your head. And so I thought it best that I'd make you aware of that. I don't know if it was accurate. I don't know if that means anything to you.
She thinks, as you say it, doesn't ring any bells. I don't know.
Well, we have a lot of people with us at the moment.
She turns around. I can tell.
I don't know if God would appreciate this, but if you don't have any plans, I'd feel better if I knew what was going on with you. Just for the time being.
If looks to everyone else who's obviously out, doing their own thing.
Splashing in the pool.
Yeah. If I can stomach it, then
Trust me, you get used to them, and plus you can sort of do your own thing. We won't be constantly mithering for things. But I just need to know that you're okay.
You're not. I'm all right. I think I need another drink there. And
she's gonna hold out her hand for Nyx to take it.
There's she looks at it and there's a slight bit of hesitation, that she does, and I assume walks with you to the bar.
Hey, Maeve, there's more curry.
As
wonderful.
Cass shouts, Nyx fully jumps. And yeah, she gets a drink. So wonderful.
Maeve's gonna also get another espresso martini, which is this is
She
her
drank
third
that
drink.
but yeah, while that's going
Titan,
on,
are you getting in the pool? Yeah, see.
Is who
He
getting
doesn't
in the
swim.
sea?
Sidon.
He doesn't swim.
If
Yeah.
you're calling over to Sidon, you see
but
sitting near.
You doesn't need to swim. You could paddle.
Yeah, no. If you call over to Sidon, you look over and he's sitting near Helene, and is looking at her, and uncharacteristically, sorry, is blushing a little bit and a little bit nervous.
you would see Helene is like not like her feet are in the water and she's just like looking out to the horizon and the ocean. This guy. Just
The
like,
temptation.
Flowing in the wind.
yeah.
The temptation Slab would have, but he wouldn't say it. It was like, Sidon's got a crush.
Yeah, Sidon will finish his drink and go up to Helene. Hey.
It's like sort of half second turns on. Hi.
This is this might be a little weird. I don't know what to say. I'm a little bit nervous, which is a new feeling for me.
You can see her face. She is like, what's the best way to put it? She's like trying to relax herself. Like she's like, you can tell she's like anxious. Like the way she's like moving slightly. She's nervous.
When I met you in Pyra, there was like a connection. I like my friends, and they've helped me through a moment of pure stupidity and one of the biggest mistakes I ever did, and they helped me through it. But
Just one?
But getting to know you, it made me want to be better. And just being around you is so calming and relaxing, and I want to protect you. And I think I've fallen for you.
You see, Helene's got a very high passive insight. So as you like started that thing, she could tell.
Hello, darling.
She could like tell where you were going, and as you were speaking, you can tell she sort of gets sort of slightly more like nervous, anxious, you know, those sort of emotions, and she how would she react? She sort of looks to you. And there's like she like goes slightly pale, and her eyes sort of start to get slightly glossy with tears as she sort of takes a breath in, and it's shaky, and she like takes a half step forward and says, I don't know what to say. I'm confused. Not about this, I'm just confused. I feel like my head is filled with so many thoughts. I don't know what to say.
If as she's getting flustered, Sidon will just sort of move in and kiss her.
Christ.
Her eyes.
Forward.
Fast.
Her,
Oh, what a piece of mug.
her eyes go wide, and like you feel her lips are cold. And sort of as you sort of like move away from it, she like takes like she doesn't lean into it, she doesn't stop it. As you sort of step forward, you kiss, sorry, my brain went then. You feel like her lips are cold, and she sort of like after a second takes like a step back, and as you step back, there's almost like a heat, if that makes sense. So you step back, and almost like that feeling when something, when you like after your hand or something is really hot, and you take it off, there's that residual heat on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like that. For like slightly too long. And you feel that sort of your palms, the veins sort of very faintly glow that gold as you feel it's like slightly too warm for a second, and she like takes a step back. I don't know, Sidon. I don't know what to do.
Sorry. What's going on? You seemed very stressed out earlier, and you said you wanted one last night. And is everything okay? Did I? Was that? Did I do something wrong just then? Was that a mistake?
She
Sorry,
like
I didn't.
pause. She like pauses a half second as you're speaking. She like shakes her head. No, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what. I'm struggling to I'm struggling to figure out what's real and what's not. Solicitor spoke to me, and I got my memories back, and I got more than my memories, I think. I don't know. I don't know, Sidon.
It's okay. We can figure it out. This is real. This is us. One night. Just us. And he'll sort of take a hand.
She sort of shudders slightly and then takes your hand.
We can figure it out. I'm your protector. No matter what, I'll be by your side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. She just looks sort of down at the ground, not able to look at you or look at anything right now. Takes a sip of the drink. At straw takes like 10 seconds for it to actually reach the drink go down. I think after she does that, she just like hugs you and is just trying not to break down. But
He'll hug her back and just sort of. He'll just say, "It'll be okay. It'll be okay."
He doesn't respond to that in the moment. Is anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask, what the fuck?
Hey, never expect Sidon to do something normal.
No. Okay, this is the message I was just about to send. You must have planned that beforehand because you were both way too chill about what just happened.
No, I had no idea.
I mentioned to Asher
he mentioned
that
it to me very
I want to have
briefly.
I want to have a heart to heart with Helene, and I also
A heart
told
to
him-
heart, more like a fucking mouth to mouth. Jesus Christ, she didn't even go in the water.
Basically, I said Sidon probably has a crush on Helene, and that I want to have a heart to heart. I did not tell him what Sidon
Nah,
would do.
I had no idea.
A crush and I got feelings for you. Like, I'm falling in love with you are two very different things. Jesus fucking Christ. He's got such a fucking white knight complex. Like, he's found out he's this, like, golden hero, and he's like, I must save the princess and kiss her on this beach in the moonlight. Fuck off.
In the moonlight.
In the moonlight. Honest to God. What the fuck? That came so out of the left.
For the record, there's a reason that's a trope.
Right, but for the longest time, I was like, Cass and Sidon, and now it's like, what? Helene?
So the reason you're upset is because your ship, like,
I shipped you two, yeah. And now I'm like, God damn it. Yeah, that's why I'm upset. Okay, anyway. Fuck!
What's funny is that there's been moments where it seems like Sidon is flirting with Cass, and like other like female NPCs, like the assassin, for instance, right? There have been these moments of like it
Her
sounds
name
like
is Layla.
right?
The assassin.
But yeah, there's been these moments of like he's been flirting with these people, but he like genuinely doesn't realize he's been flirting. Like that's just me just saying some random shit that's come to my mind, and it sounds like flirting.
But it's weird, right? And now I think I understand why at first when this is going out of the game for a second, I apologize. But this is why at first I realized why Amber was so shocked by the Wolf and Laffy stuff, because she saw them as like having this like sisterly bond, and I honestly saw Sidon as like Helene's big protective brother kind of thing, and that's just completely like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, that was real weird, huh? Yeah, cool. Okay. Sure thing. Did everybody see them kiss, by the way?
Yeah, I was about to ask this to Terry.
Because they are just in the middle of the beach.
I think for people who are swimming, it would have. I mean, if you were looking in that direction, probably. Depends if you.
Hey, Snap, what do you think of? Holy fucking shit!
The thing is, I would say Slab would as well, because he called out to Sidon.
Yeah.
Slab probably would have seen probably, you know, anyone looking in a general direction that isn't blocked by like a building or a person. Probably say. That's up to you guys. But yeah, is anyone else chatting with anyone?
I feel cheated on.
I can't even drown myself.
Blah, 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 blah. It's not working.
Yeah, is anyone else doing anything else? Is anyone doing anything else?
I'm just gonna ask Kalen for like the strongest drink he has.
I mean, I've just walked into this.
Make that two, please.
Oh, she's up there.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I did briefly mistake Layla and Nyx on the map at one point.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I want to introduce Nyx properly to either Layla or Mel, but I don't know which one.
No.
I think probably Mel would be the easiest one. But
Drac, because Drac mentioned something. You ask for strongest drink from Kalen, and he like looks around the bar and says, "I stepped in here like 45 minutes ago. I don't know what."
Yeah, but I mean, you probably have better knowledge of these bottles than
he's just like looking around for like the strongest thing he can find, and he's like, I mean, I don't think you probably don't want straight absinthe.
Even I know that's bad.
Yeah. He like gets a gas cancer. Probably not motor oil either.
No, I prefer like something that I could actually drink.
Well, I mean, what are you thinking? I can do like a nice rum, like or like a whiskey. I don't know.
Oh, James has missed it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, James.
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it in a second. Don't worry about it.
Fucking Christ.
What?
What have I done?
No,
No,
you haven't
no.
done anything. You haven't done anything.
Moment.
We can talk about it in a second. We can talk about the break if it doesn't come up beforehand. He just Kalen just shrugs. I mean, take your pick.
Drax just gonna close his eyes and then point at something.
I don't know what you point at, but it looks strong, and he makes a drink with that. I'm not.
the absinthe.
No, it's not the absinthe. Listen, I don't know.
It's medical alcohol.
Yeah.
Aerobic alcohol.
It's just moonshine. No, I mean I'm not very good with alcoholic drinks.
I
so,
have no idea either.
Yeah,
so.
neither do I. So he hands you something, and it tastes.
What's the percentage?
I don't know.
Oh,
It
vodka
doesn't
can
really
up to
matter, so-
90%.
if you said something high, we'll call it 15 to 20. So a lot, but not crazy.
That's like a
Yeah.
strong wine.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're talking high, you're talking 40,
Okay,
50.
we'll say a cool 35 because it's still early. Hands you something. I don't know. There you go. I call it the thing I just made up.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Good
that.
name.
I'm gonna have try to down it in one go.
Make me a concept.
Let's see. There we go.
DC 12.
4.
Oh. Yeah, that hits you.
He rolled.
Yeah, you drink it and you immediately start coughing, that sort of dry cough.
That's fucking strong, Jesus Christ.
And then he hands you he hands you a Sprite, a lemonade. Wash it down. Then he gives a
yeah,
thumbs
thank
up.
you. Jesus, that was not pleasant, but
Do you want another one?
I mean, what did I expect?
You asked for it. Do you want another one?
No, I'm fine, but
Have another
I
one,
think
just don't ban
this actually hits the spot so I can actually do what I want to do. So,
Yeah, Jack, you turn around and almost stumble on a rock.
yeah. Because I'm gonna go over to, what was his name? Fenric, right?
Fenric. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm gonna ask him for a tattoo.
Okay. He says.
Tattoos are the best ones.
He says, "What do you want? I can do a normal one. That's just.
Where you at?
It's on, on the house with the package, or I can do one of the magic.
Guys getting a drunken beach tattoo? Where is he? Las Vegas? Blackpool? What the fuck?
He's getting a tramp stamp.
No.
What do you want?
A magical tramp stamp.
What do you
Getting
want?
One of those
What are you selling?
out of contact minor tattoo thingies. The tattoo of swiftness.
I can do that.
So it's gonna be a wolf on the left shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Choice.
How big, or is it because that'll depend on how long it will take.
Yeah, covering the shoulder.
Okay,
only.
that's gonna take we'll call it 2.5 hours if you don't pass out.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Just get my tattoo IRL, by the way.
pretty much.
Wait, do you have a tattoo?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't.
I just thought of swiftness.
Fuck
Yeah,
off,
wolf.
Matt.
Yeah. So I assume you give him the 75 gold. And he I don't know, on a seat, he gets a nice comfortable seat that he's got next to him. Sits you down in it. After he's put the sleeve up, he faces you towards everyone so you can still talk and stuff. As he sits there and begins doing it. So on your
just
on the
one
left
question before you start: Is this gonna hurt a fuck ton? Or...
he looks at you, gives you deadpan expression. What do you think?
Oh fuck!
Well, you have been stabbed, literally, so there shouldn't be too much.
Well,
Different.
this is a bunch of small staff. It's gonna be there forever. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Just use the numbing cream.
Use the mud ice cream.
What the fuck do you think I used the drink for?
Yeah. So as he begins, can you make me a con save?
I can do that, and I hope for another 4. 13.
13? Alright. So, the DC was about 12 for this. So, Yeah, he starts to get going, and you can feel that like tingling sensation on your shoulder. You're like, oh, this isn't too bad. Oh fuck, he hits like the bone, like so, like as you're like going around, like sort of like the top of the shoulder, like where the sort of the shoulder meets the arm.
Yeah.
And like gets that right on that bone to start it, and it.
Oh,
hurts.
right on the bone. Yeah. Fine. Nice.
He said, you asked for it there. That's
Yeah, I know. It's my own fault, my own stupidity.
And he
My
begins,
hubris.
yeah, and that will take some time, but he begins. You're not passing out from the pain just yet.
Just yet.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything?
Hey, Cass,
Yeah.
did you have money down on that? Because if so, you'd be rich.
I'm not sure. I don't remember if I did.
On what Simon did? Definitely not.
Oh, yeah.
We'll say Armstrong was swimming underwater, and this one he comes out the water as Cass.
Hey, Archron, guess what happened?
Oh no! You've got to guess. We won't tell you just yet.
Oh, yeah.
In context of what?
Sidon.
Well, something happened while you were underwater, so you have to guess
Sidon
what happened.
dropped some meat from the platter onto the floor and just ate it straight off the sand.
No.
No, that'll be expected.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sidon
is
didn't do that.
unexpected.
Sidon used a knife and fork.
No.
Sidon
Not
revealed
that
his
Even
last
weirder
name.
than that.
Sidon revealed he can read and write.
Even more shocking than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear me. Are you showered? Bathed?
No, he won't come in the water.
Good, I was swimming in it.
Pissing in it.
What was the drink?
I don't know, pass. I'm going to go for people recommended a White Russian, so I'm going to try a White Russian now. Oh my god. It's got milk in it.
Are you
Why would
lactose
people
intolerant?
drink that? No, why would people put milk in a cocktail? That's horrendous.
Oh, it's delicious.
No, it's awful. Ugh.
They're great. I love Big Mouth.
Okay, second drink down. I'm too for two.
If you guys
unfortunately.
if you guys think your characters would start getting drunk, you can make me con saves. By the way,
I don't think so. Archon's finished a drink yet. It's
He's
like,
had,
like 3 sips. Yeah.
there's like 3 different glasses that are just.
Yeah. Could I have an apple teeny, please? Ooh, this is
And it
delicious.
says, "Yeah, I can do that." Here you go. He does like
Thank you.
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for theatrics. 11.
not drunk yet,
not
baby.
as- not
I
as
mean,
good
if
as-
it helps,
not as good
Archon
as-
wasn't watching.
No, I know. Not as good as the
Okay.
first. He's doing it for himself.
Okay.
Not as good as the first one, which is like a 24. But he felt bad giving Drac the fucking battery
The thing I
acid.
just made up.
Yeah. And he's like sort of he's had a few drinks himself, so he's not fully there. But yeah, he makes it well enough.
This apple teeny is both apple and teeny, and I can say it's quite delicious. I will. What I'll do is I will drink as many different cocktails as I can stomach, and then I will tell you my favourite at the end of the night. I'm sure that's a sensible way to go about it. It's the scientific method, you see.
As Alshon's walking off saying that, Kane's like, "No, that's not. Never mind."
Don't mix your alcohol.
with what?
No, with oh dear. Okay.
Look,
I have
Kaelin
honey
look-
here.
With energy drinks.
Kaelin
It says on
looks
the
to-
can. It says on the can.
Kaelin looks to you, Maeve. I don't think that's gonna help him. I think he's already he's in too deep.
He's literally had like 3
Into
sips,
the-
stone cold sober.
Well, Kaelin doesn't know you've like
Yeah.
sipped them. He's just seen you take like 4 of them.
Yeah, so he's drinking his apple teeny. This is delicious. It's like a green apple. It's nice and tart. It's a bit sugary though, so I might go for a
Did you
less
call me?
sugary alcohol. Pardon?
You said
Quite
tart,
tart.
and I said, "What did you call me?"
All right. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
Audacity.
things that Sidon does that aren't expected. Admitted monk is a terrible class, and that he's
I admit that anyway.
the mechanics of his build are all wrong.
Well, this is
I don't
Simon,
know.
not Pete.
Sidon not Pete. Sidon not Pete. Has he had sex with another devil?
No.
It depends on how the night goes.
He's going to stare over at Nyx. She didn't strike me as that kind of girl.
Nyx is not devil.
She's got horns, right?
Oh my god!
Wow!
Mel is gonna be
Oh,
offended.
demon.
You're no James. You're no better than Will.
Oh.
That's literally what he does to Carla.
You have become the very thing you hate. A racist.
You became the very reason that we had to reload like 3 times in Baldur's Gate.
Is she Asmodeus Tiefling, or is she the
She
other
is
side?
a one other one. She is a
Demonic one. Those names I can't remember.
no.
Well, she's a devil then. Yeah.
They're all tieflings aren't devils though.
Yeah, but they're like devil descendants, right?
Descendants.
They
are
have
not-
like infernal blood, same way that Arthur has
infernal,
orc
yeah.
blood. I would like.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
That doesn't make them
Yeah.
devils.
Oh, right. Well, I don't know.
They're not Cambions.
Lady
Like
in the Street
Cambions
was
are
freaking asleep.
Cambions are like half. Cambions
she's-
are like half devils, but like
Nyx would be a mammon tiefling if
A
you want to
mammon
get
tiefling.
specific.
Big boobs. A mammary tiefling.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I feel really off today. Right.
Somebody
what was
just put him
the-
out of his misery.
Yeah, someone put me on my misery. I feel
Don't worry,
wrong
I'm
today.
on it.
You can't even drown.
I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, so what
Sidon.
Sidon, I had to pass. I don't know. I'm going to eat some cheese and crackers whilst you tell me.
Okay, listen. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
one of
going
you
to
just
wait
tell him.
until. Okay, I'm going to wait until Archer is like mid-rig before Shadow shoved his tongue down Helene's throat.
That
Tongue
makes it
action.
feel.
Yeah, it's spit take. Why? Was there something in there that he
tongue
wanted to get?
You could say that.
Did she like it?
I'm not
Say that.
sure. I'm expecting her to slap him, but that hasn't happened yet, so I don't.
Are we still hugging, or are we just sitting on the beach?
That's it's probably been yeah. She's probably not still hugging after like 5 minutes. In the open,
Like
yeah. They're
30
probably just,
seconds.
they're
These
probably
are
just,
awkward
probably just
now.
sitting there.
How are they sat next to each other? Is there a space or there?
Yeah, I'm gonna glance over. Is it crushingly awkward? That's it. Yeah.
I mean,
Can I do an awkwardness check?
We call those vibe checks over here, Archon.
I
Get over the times.
I think I don't really have anything left to say in character, but I assume that they're just talking, and I don't know how she's feeling about the whole thing. But Simon's probably going to have his hand wrapped around hers, like while sitting on the beach.
Mhm.
And if
She
she's
would
not
be-
pulled away,
Yeah, she wouldn't pull away. She's like sitting, probably like knees to like her chest, with like her other hand like wrapped around her legs.
Mhm.
Just you
Sounds
know.
like she's looking terrified.
No. I idly talking. Like
Okay,
she's,
right.
she's sitting there. She's sitting like that. So like just her feet are like in the ocean. As it's going, like sort of tides going in and out. But yeah, they're just talking.
Okay. Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
You can.
Really, I mean, well, I mean, I'm
I
surprised
did.
that. I'm not surprised that he's. I mean, she's quite an attractive young woman, but
What's her name again, James?
Helly Welly,
Henderly Wenderly.
Helene is quite an attractive young gal, and well, Sidon's, you know, he's only a human.
Sam's got a nice
Was
ass.
that an insult?
Pardon?
You said it with just contempt.
Not
You gotta remember,
contempt.
Cass is also human, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, you know, of all the
Literally-
choices you could have had, I'll have one vanilla ice cream, please.
Wow.
Hey, I love
No.
vanilla. What's your problem with vanilla?
Well, no, it's fine. He's only human. Sidon's led by his instincts and his physicality. This doesn't surprise me at all. I will say, you said she seems unsure of how to respond. That doesn't surprise me either. I mean, I don't know what I would do if Sidon just locked lips with me, brushes his hair out of his face.
He's had that dream a few times.
Pouts.
You sound jealous.
No,
Yeah.
you know,
He does like the handsome Squidward face.
Yeah. But no, so you're giving me very little to work with here. Gossip, please, gentlemen. And
Well,
cats.
it just happened.
Sorry, gentleman and gentle lady.
We haven't really heard
Maeve, get involved.
anything
Give me the
because
juicy tea.
They're like 40 feet away or something like that. So, this is news to us as well.
Only Simon's movement
and
in one
also, I don't know if
right.
you- also don't know if you hear Drac is getting a tattoo.
Oh yeah, that as
I
well.
was here for that bit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I heard the end of that bit. Yeah. Well, how's it going?
Well, they're
Does it
just,
look like-
are they hugging or just sitting next to each other?
They're just sitting next to each other.
They're just there.
Well,
Next to each other, sitting.
Menacingly.
Menacingly.
Archon's gonna like look round, see them like sitting there in this picturesque. You said it's what time of night is it? Is it like late?
We'll probably say it's like we'll call it 10-ish now.
He looks round at this like picturesque nighttime beach. You mentioned the pearls like gleaming on the sand and stuff, and the moonlight reflecting off the ocean. He goes, well, if there ever were a moment to make one's intentions known, feelings known, I suppose there would be no time quite like it, or no place quite like it. We don't know this prophecy's, well, with what happened with Helene, and it's all must be weighing very heavily on her shoulders and on Sidon's as well, as being a de facto protector. And he has to not just protect her from everything outside, but from internal harm as well. I mean, I was acting with the best intentions, but I don't know if you heard that I could have basically pulled the pin for the nuke that is on her back. I don't know if there's a fantasy equivalent. The delayed fireball that was.
Would have been close to a meteor swarm.
Yeah, a meteor swarm that was.
Oh, for ice.
Yes, I mean that's not. I could do that too, but it's
No, you fucking kid.
No, well, eventually, perhaps. I could do I could do an icy fireball. But yeah, so it's
Okay, picture icy fireball, times it by, do it to the power of like 30.
So icy fireball, just like a really big snowball.
yeah.
No, it's just a chunk of ice. Just hurling.
I it's a lot for her to consider, and Sidon's would think that he's tried to take some of that weight from her shoulders, but he seems to sometimes approach things in a very linear way, that the power of self can overcome all other obstacles, because that's been his experience, but I don't know if that's the universal truth or just his individual truth. I know there are things that I've not been able to get round.
Well, he jumped into a portal he didn't know to where, and he came out alive, so...
On the portal, it
for
was
him, I guess.
cloud.
I mean, we all went through the portal, and had it been for the fact that we had all gone through, if we hadn't done that, I don't think he would have been able to come out again the other side. So, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sidon's weird like that.
Yes, I'm not criticizing, by the way. This is just he has
Sidon's will be Sidon.
he has a great well of internal intestinal fortitude and self-belief that is admirable and enviable. However, it has led him this far, and it's been interesting to see what that will do now. He has a charge to care for, emotionally and physically, spiritually and mentally. But as I say, if not now, then when? And as he says that, he's going to look round, notice somebody, and go, "Yes, I will be. I'll be back in a short while."
Yeah.
And he's going to toddle off.
Man, the way Alex is staring, that's it's soup. It's really no. Oh
no, Simon's picking the.
Maeve, did you see it?
Maeve like turns around with like a donut like half crammed into my mouth and just goes,
Yeah.
Okay, come here. I'll tell you
Nick's
the
and
most
Maeve-
craziest thing
Nick's and
that
Maeve
will
get into
ever
it.
happen in our lives. Okay, lean in.
She leans
So,
in.
yeah, explain.
You just smell like espresso martinis like on her breath. Like she stinks of like coffee. Mm-hmm.
And hey, if Cass is exaggerating the moment a little bit, nobody will tell.
Unless they
Well,
hear.
since you lean in, we do not hear what you're saying, so...
And then he did this and this, and he approached her like this. And...
Maeve's just sat there like, you know, like when somebody eats popcorn.
Cass is just describing Baywatch.
Yeah.
No, Cass is full on swapping the main character of the books, both Maeve and Cass read. With that.
Maeve's like shoving this like donut into her mouth like she's eating popcorn, and she's just like, oh, no.
No,
Yes!
he didn't!
He did not.
Yes, he did.
Oh my.
He
She's
has
just gonna look
feelings.
over, like swallow. Sidon, get it, I guess.
You're not meant to say it.
Why are you
You're
all
running
so
your
scared? It's Sidon. He has
I
like
know.
one working brain cell. What's he going to do? Exactly.
Well, hopefully he won't mess this up too badly.
Well,
And it's,
fingers crossed.
yeah, but it's weird.
And then she's gonna like, you know that thing when you like cross your fingers and like shake your hand? She's just gonna look at Sidon and like cross her fingers, and he's gonna be so like probably not be able to hear the conversation and just see her go, "Get it, I guess," and then cross her fingers and stare at him.
What?
I'm going to get some
Very
more drink,
confused.
and then I'm going to go and find Cassie.
Aren't you holding a whiskey?
Oh yes.
Oh wait, that's a martini.
Next, the rest of it goes back over to Cassian and Kaylin.
Good luck.
Does anyone else want to do anything? Awesome.
I don't
Drek is
know.
occupying my pain right now, so...
Can you make me another concept?
Hey
Yeah,
mom,
I
guess
can
what
do that.
happened?
Oh, Jesus. This is higher than before.
20.
20? Yeah, you're fine. We're about an hour in. Hour
Starting to
15
go
in.
numb now.
And yeah, your arm's starting to go numb, so you can't really feel it. So
But yeah, that's 20 now.
Honestly, it's not that bad once you get used to it. But when they put the white in, that's when it starts getting a bit painful.
yeah, just like
Just
fill
the
in the
white?
lines.
The white, yeah.
Just the
The
white,
draft.
so no other color.
No. All the other color is
the outline.
fine. But the white color is.
It's
just
like yeah.
painful.
It's weird, as in like.
I think it's because there's more of it.
No, because the white goes in last.
Mm.
And
Once
it goes
everything's
over.
already, yeah.
Yeah, it goes over the top of the already damaged skin, so that's why it hurts the most.
Yeah.
But Slab just kind of goes, "What you getting?"
I was thinking about a wolf head, like on my shoulder. I don't know how long he's gotten, but...
Fenric
Yeah.
says, "Listen, if you change your mind, it's a bit late for that."
No, I'm not changing my mind, but he asked what I'm getting, so...
It's he's only just finished half the outline.
Yeah, he's like about halfway through.
Slab, do you know about tattoos? Have you got one?
No, I haven't got one. Brick
What do you
has.
mean you have a butterfly over your ass? That's good.
Did you do that while I was asleep?
I don't have a tattoo kit.
It's Sharpie.
Permanent marker, no! My one allergy.
You look where Slab was in the water, and it's just like ink.
Did you do that when I was mute last yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, I grabbed the squid and I squeezed it over your ass, and like
Oh, Jesus.
whatever came out became a tattoo.
Why does that feel so
That's how
visceral?
tattoos work, all right?
No, Jack can tell you otherwise.
No.
But yeah, who's having a conversation? I know a few people want to have conversations.
Artron's gone over to hang out with Mel and Layla for a bit.
Layla's not there. Mel is there.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's on.
Where's Layla?
Layla is sitting
on her own
on a rock up there.
Yeah.
That's Nick.
She's doing rogue
Not
stuff.
that.
It really confused me because
Rogue in the fight,
Maeve's
I see.
over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Layla is a fighter. She's up on this rock.
Is she's called down to join her sister and Artron? Would she join?
Depends. What do you say?
Are you okay up there?
She sort of turns around.
No, I'm stuck.
She just can't get down. No. She sort of turns around and says, what was her voice? She was Australian. Yeah. I can't shout in this voice. It's like physically impossible. She says, Does she have a fucking message? Probably not. Why am I looking?
Artron does, I think. He'll
Doesn't.
message up to her. Like, she can
Okay.
respond.
Yeah, she can respond. Yeah, you can respond to a message. She
Also, I'm
says,
sending if I really want to waste time.
that feels like a waste. She says, I'm all right. Just thinking.
Well, I was going to see if yourself and Mel would care to sample some of the rather delicious fruity drinks they have here with me. I just want to make sure you are okay. You look all a little bit alone. I know it can be a lonely thing sometimes when I'm trying to break out of it myself.
She nods and says, I'll be there in a second.
Okay, excellent. Mel, I've managed to sweet talk Layla down from her
Yes.
the tallest tower, shall we say.
Mel says, I think she was just she just needed a little
Yes,
bit.
well, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I was just wondering. I've brought her down, and I've tried this apple teeny. I don't know if you've ever had an apple teeny before. And I wanted to know, did you have a favourite cocktail? Because I'm trying to find a new favourite, and this is after the bloody Maria and the White Russian. This is right on top of the. Oh, hello, Layla. This is right on top of the pile so far. But I was recommended to try as many as I could to try and pick a favourite.
I'm really bad with drink names. Mel says, I don't
Anything
really.
can be a cocktail name, just make
Yeah.
it up.
Well, actually, I think this makes sense. Mel actually says, I don't drink very much.
Me either, actually. It's usually just the old glass of wine.
Yeah, I mean, I usually just go for like a mead, something a bit fruity, something like thick, honey, something honey mead or something. But
If you
nothing,
like fruity, definitely get your lips around this apple teeny. Or I hear there's something that Maeve recommended as a Sex on the Beach, which sounds rather cheeky, I know, but I think it's just the name of it. Also, one called out to me a Cosmo. That sounded very nice. Or a passion fruit martini also sounded very good. The whole martini.
Martini
short-
Lion.
Yeah, the whole brand sounds excellent. But I just wanted to make sure because there's been a lot going on, and didn't want you to think that we'd forgotten about you, Wes.
No, I'm just a bit trying to not think, but difficult not to. Just a bit nervous. Confused about what Nocturus said about the Grey, and I just want people to be all right. So I'm just sort of watching and making sure people are all right and not having too many drinks. She looks over at Maeve subtly.
Wow.
But
Yeah, but Maeve don't know it.
What do you mean, too many drinks? They're not.
I mean, not falling over and throwing up all over the place.
Oh, is that likely to happen? These didn't seem that strong.
I mean, if you have enough of them, or if you have the wrong one, or if you mix the drinks too much,
Oh my goodness. Perhaps then I won't drink them all.
I mean, we're
oh,
not, it's not like we're doing anything, so it's...
No. Well, it's interesting you say, because I was wondering. I know I won't do it. I know this is a reverie, a group of a group nature tonight. I was wondering if I could borrow you, Mel, for half an hour or so tomorrow morning. If that would be okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's nothing to worry about. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you'll enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy it. But yeah, just
So
wanted
what's
to,
the hourly rent?
You guys got it for like the evening and like up to the morning. So
It doesn't need to be here. Just it's just it's very serene here and very just very beautiful. And I thought, just it's a nice place for Dobby to be with friends. But no, it's yeah. So I just thought, I just a little bit of because we haven't had any. Traveling in a group, we don't get to cast out on our own or as a pair very often. There's something I wanted to show you, but it's fine. But yes, that's fine. So just before or after breakfast tomorrow, just before the rabble rouses for the day. But I was also thinking, I see Drac is getting one. I was thinking about getting a tattoo of my own. Do you have any tattoos?
It hurts so much.
Mel, no, I don't have any tattoos.
Yeah, I have this lemonade and I pour it over the wall. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I
Fuck you,
don't.
Cass.
I don't have any tattoos. No.
Well, me either. But I was thinking of getting, because we've been traveling. This little collective as traveling, not memorialize, but I don't know, something to
Commemorate.
Well, we're all still here. I don't know if commemorate honor, perhaps.
This makes it sound like someone's dead.
Yeah, it does.
That's my accent, not
You know-
yours.
I know it's really hard. I think perhaps honor or celebrate, perhaps is the word. Celebrate the. That's not quite right either. To remind me of the friends that I've made on the way. I think.
I think
And of I feel like I've grown. I shrank, and then I feel like I was on the wax, and now I'm back on the wane for a little while. So I was thinking something to remind that, and I was thinking here on my arm, and he's going to like minor illusion this kind of Nordic style tattoo. I think I've got a picture of it somewhere actually. So if I post it to general, I've got it still.
Would
This is
it
the one that
say anything in the language?
It basically would be like Odin's mark is the closest translation I found of it. But I would imagine that it'd be like, well, this would be in the ancient language of the Orcish runes, and it would be strength, but more strength of character or strength of mind, which I think is. He looks down at his complete fucking noodle arms, and I think that is a little bit more my speed than perhaps the strength of the arms. I was thinking that just to and just to remind me of some of the lessons I've learnt on the way, to give me a little bit of boost in an area that I often need help, and was definitely thinking of getting a +2 to Arcana to really cement those roles. But I was also
you really need to +2 Arcana.
I was actually debating between that and history. I can't decide. Where is it? Is it somewhere? I've got it. I'm just scrolling. Maybe I've got rid of it.
Layla does say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I posted it in
oh yeah. Layla says, "Do I need to?" You called me down, and I've just been standing here.
Well, no, it's open conversation.
While you've been flirting with my sister.
Well, I also, do you have any tattoos? I also, I just thought it would be because you missed a lot of time together. I just wanted to make sure you weren't, missing out on anymore. It's important.
On the juicy details.
It's important that that you're together, and it's important to see that, and I didn't mean to leave you out, Layla. It's
No,
do you have
she
a favorite
she says no, it's fine. I was just commenting.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you would have a favorite cocktail. Considering where you've been, but perhaps I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong. Do you have a favorite cocktail?
I really want to prove you wrong, but I can't think of a cocktail.
Make one up.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, I think she would. Hold on, let me just.
The number of kills.
Yeah, she's got like 7 teardrop tattoos.
I got this one on my back from when I killed a pregnant mother. Fucking hell.
Oh my god!
Christ, James. Let's keep it light.
While she was giving a birth, no, just kidding.
With twins.
Let's keep it. I might just be everyone else. She points to her. So obviously, in the image, I'll just make this image bigger. It's really blurry when it's big. When it's a bigger image. But she points to the top half of her forehead, the red half that is red, and says, "I don't know if it's a tattoo, but it's part of my skin."
Did she tattoo her eyes as well? That's why they're pure black.
No, that's just her eyes. Just
So, could you blink for me very, very slowly, Leia?
Layla.
Layla, sorry,
Blinks.
talking about Star Wars earlier.
Yeah, she blinks.
So,
And
are our eyelids red as well?
the eyelids are the same tone of red.
Wow, I think you would possibly remember that.
I mean,
Look, okay, racking my brain then from when we had the images of them walking through
Yeah.
history. Did she have a red forehead then?
no.
Oh. Well, maybe it is. Maybe perhaps I'm wrong. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I'm only asking this question for full context because we travel in a party with Sidon, and had I asked this on the day we met him, he would have said no. Have you washed your face?
Yes, I've washed my
Okay.
face.
Okay,
Otherwise, she goes to say other, and then she stops herself.
So I'm sorry. So I didn't want to cause offence. The reason I asked is Mel, you will attest. The first day we met Sidon, we could smell him from like 3 seats away in the theatre.
Yeah, you didn't keep it to yourself either. You just kept insulting me.
And I will continue to do so. You smelly, smelly bastard.
Hey, he had a bath that day.
That is it was a choice you made. In fact,
Oh, actually,
anyway.
sorry. She would have more tattoos. I apologize. I'm looking. She would have Layla would have a few. There would be there'd be almost like abyssal in look. There would be one similar to where Drax getting his on his shoulder. There would be one of sort of dark black wings, almost like a bat, on her shoulder. She would have what else is it? There would be one which you wouldn't be able to see because it's not in a spot that is deemed appropriate.
for polite
Yeah.
conversation.
It'd be on like in her thigh. She has one.
In the thigh, yeah.
She's got one on her hand, on her right hand, which is like again like an abyssal rune. So it's very similar to the one that Sidon had in his palm, when he had that deal with the Wretched Howler. But it is what would it look like? I'm trying to describe it. I'm looking at the thing and I'm trying to decide what it looks like. It would be a rune that looks almost like a like wind or like a tornado, like something that moves, if that makes sense. Something that redirection in like an abyssal sort of.
So these are her giant runes.
Yes.
Tattoos.
And then she has
Of course,
one,
I will-
another one on sort of around her wrist on the other hand, which would be like a flaming. You're gonna make fun of me for this, but it makes sense, like a flaming chain.
You love your chains.
It's the fire rune. It does fiery shackles.
I know.
I'm reading the ability.
Okay. These and have you always had these? So as long as you can remember, do you remember receiving these particular ones and gesture to the ones that are socially acceptable for me to point out and maybe perhaps touch?
I don't remember when I got them, but I've had them for as long as I can remember.
Interesting. Because they're not at all faded, and tattoos do fade over time. But are you tempted at all to get another one?
Maybe not particularly, but I could be
If you want,
convinced.
we could get matching ones, twinsies.
Can you make me a persuasion check?
I was half joking, but I'm going to go for it. I do have hero points as well. Oh man!
Hero points. Hero
She said
Well,
she looks to you
Half
and
joking. He's
says,
definitely half joking. Like
she
you can tell, like,
looks to you and says, "I'm not drunk enough for that."
Oh, they let you get tattoos when you're drunk.
Oh God.
Well, this is all new. I've never,
Yes, Jack has had a few drinks.
Well, he had one big drink.
We had one that you got him, and then another one.
He also had the lemonade right on
that
his
was
freshly made
true.
tattoo.
That
That
was
was-
cruel. I once Drax finished, I'm going to get this, and he's going to show again the one on his wrist. And if you want to join, I'm sure he can squeeze more people on. But yeah, I'm glad I brought you down, and I don't want you to feel that you're being left out, Layla. It's just
I
it
understand.
can be, yeah. But I'm glad you went down, and it's nice. How are you feeling, by the way? I know since it's a lot to take in. Have you had any other thoughts or memories come back?
Nothing. I'm just worried. I don't want to hurt people.
No, I know. Do you feel like you have the desire, the urge?
No, but she gives like a shrug, like I don't know, expression. I feel like I could snap at any moment, and I don't.
No, I know the feeling. This might sound strange, but for me, I have almost a traffic light-esque warning system. It's kind of like a pH balance for how poorly my tenuous grip has, how tenuous my grip has become. And he's going to show off his scar. Well, not show off. He's going to reveal his scar on his neck, which at the moment the DC is 17.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really high at the minute. It's probably as high as it's ever been. So it's like I imagine it's like almost glowing. But however, I imagine whilst just by virtue of being near Mel, it's like it's dulled a little bit. Like rather than being this livid kind of lilac, almost pink color, it's still very clear. And it would be, I would assume, 13 or 12. I can't remember what her charisma is off the top of my head. It would be more akin to her skin color. But yeah,
Her charisma is 3.
That's right. Oh, so it'd only be down to 14 then. So well, it's still a big chunk off it. But he would say, yeah. So I have this. Do you and again, very personal question. So if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But do you have something akin to this that we could alert ourselves if we needed to be more proactive in how we helped you or looked after you?
She looks at the mark and thinks and says,
Prods it.
no, punches you. No. This has never happened to me before. I wish I had something to tell. I don't. Not to my knowledge.
No. Well, I don't know about you, but it's just having Mel near is a balm. And so I'm sure she won't mind if we both crowd her a little bit if we're feeling. Mel, I'm speaking for you here. You don't mind if we?
Mel's, I'm claustrophobic. No.
Oh no!
No, Mel says, no, it's fine. Just don't go crazy at me at once.
No, it's just to say, standing here is almost like a weight off. I don't know if it's the same for you, Lena.
Layla looks at you as if to say, I was looking for my sister for like however long. It's just a weight being. It's just like a weight lifted off not being alone. Yeah. And I think we will. It's, I think, unless you want to say anything
just like reassure, like, you know, we're all in this together.
And we will take a quick break. Yeah, jumping back in. The party is somewhat lively. There's been some conversations have been had, some moments have been shared. I think the last thing I remember is Maeve wanted to talk to Cassian.
I'm getting my tattoo.
Yes, and well,
Yes.
Drax's still getting his, but yeah.
Oh, right.
You're next in line.
Before she like fully goes over, she'll like hint to Nyx to like
Buzz off.
mingle.
As
Leave
you
us
walked
alone,
away,
bitch.
after you spoke to Cass, and then walked off a little bit, Nyx was just like getting food from Alex, so like she's taken care of.
Okay.
The introvert has popcorn.
I feel bad because I feel like you wanted this to be a fun party, and I've had two very dark conversations. Well, one very dark conversation. I'm probably about to have another one.
Great, go ahead.
Wait, what? Why? I thought you were just gonna like dance and kiss him or something.
We need to see it. No, I'm kidding. No,
Just
so
because Nyx is here.
no, she's gonna go over and probably like, how tall is Cassian? I never asked this.
I think Cassian is. God, I haven't written down somewhere.
6'2", isn't he?
I think he's the same
Go
height as
ask.
Maeve. Cassian. Do I have it written down?
But canonically, Maeve wears a lot of high heel shoes.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Yeah, so she's just towering over him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have written down, but I think I had written down he's about 6'6'1".
Okay. Yeah. So she'd go over and just like
Look down at him.
no, like rest her head on his shoulder, sort of, as he was like
Yep.
getting a drink.
Yeah, it will say he's sitting down at the bar next to Kellen, so it's easier to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like rest your chin on his head.
Yeah. Yeah. And then probably put her empty glass down and give Kaelin a look.
Kellen says, "Want another one?"
Please.
He gives you the size to him another espresso martini or whatever. Maybe
She's not gonna mix her drink. She
yeah.
had the one from Archeron, and then she's just gonna drink the same thing, pretty much.
And then
She's learned her
Kaelin,
lesson.
after doing that drink and giving Cassian one, Kaelin says, "I'm done for the night. You do it."
Mhm.
Looks to the guy behind him and then walks off with a drink and goes to mingle with someone.
Nyx.
With
Nyx,
someone.
yeah.
No, he hasn't eaten yet. He goes to get some food.
Next to
Yeah.
Nyx.
Next.
Yeah, yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No. Maeve's gonna like, if Cassian will walk with her, just like,
it's the old guy now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
If Cassian will walk with her, maybe just like up here. and
to
then-
get out there, you do go sort of in this little building, climb up a ladder and go around. It's a bit of a journey, but yeah.
She's just like balancing her drink, trying not to fucking spill it.
While she's trying to climb up, Cassie's just holding the drink.
Yeah, yeah. But then she'd probably just like sit on the edge and like dangle her legs off or something. And then give him the look that means like, I have something to talk about that you're probably not gonna like.
He like raises an eyebrow, and then sits down.
I'm just gonna break up with him.
No. So
So
we still haven't talked about what Alex said with Crown Talk.
yes.
What's the plan there? Because if you need to go back, I understand.
He takes a sip of whatever drink he's got. It's wine. To be honest.
Whiskey, neat.
No, he's got like a red wine.
He's a wine guy.
Yeah, he is.
Would it be red wine or would it be white wine? Maybe he wants to move away from the red coloured drinks.
White wine's like fucking perfume, though. It's awful.
Yeah,
True, but
I only use it to cook.
red wine. It's
That-
fine.
that-
He take a sip of his drink.
It's like mulled wine, so it's darker.
He takes a sip of the drink and says, I've thought about it. I don't think it's right for me to go back, and I feel like it's cowardly for me not to go back. But it, from what Mel and Alex said, I don't think it's safe. And I don't know if me going back would be the best of choices, especially if Caleb could figure it out that quickly. I'm sure someone else might have.
Mhm.
or did and just kept it secret.
Yeah. I devoted so much of my life to that place, but I feel no compelling reason to go back other than honor, and even then that's weak at best.
It doesn't make you weak. That was
I know.
an awful time in your life and lasted for a long time. I imagine the memories there are not the best.
It's a nice place, but it didn't feel like mine. And I think if going back it would feel less like mine than before.
She's gonna like smirk and be like, the box.
Well, they can be replaced. Books are objects.
Well, I'm glad that you know what you want to do.
Oh, believe me, I don't know what I want to do. I just don't want to be there. I'm glad to be here with everyone, with you. I want to be useful somehow. Not sure the best way to do it, but
There's a lot of you. You don't always have to be useful. Don't worry.
yes, I know, but I still want to help. In some way.
Mhm. Well, I'm still trying to figure all of this out, and she like gestures to herself. And I know that everybody is keen to help, but I also know that everyone has a lot going on. So just having one person to talk to about it, who will listen, is very nice. And I know the others do, but I almost feel guilty a lot of the time for going on about it. It's just difficult to not know why you are what you are.
He laughs and says, I think a lot of people can... Looks around to the group, not mentioning names, but, points out a few people. I think a lot of people can attest to a very similar thing. And you've helped... You've all helped each other. You've helped me. and I'm sure they will take as much time to help you. I will.
I know, it just feels almost... I don't know the best time to bring it up at times. Because I feel like I'm railroading everyone.
He thinks for a second and says, "Now, don't slap me or call me insane. Maybe you could take a page out of Sidon's book and just do it. Just mention it."
She's gonna like very actively like roll her eyes and sigh and like turn her head away. Ugh, kind of thing.
It's
Look, if you're worried about a breakup, saying that is grounds for a breakup.
he says, he like shrugs and says, "It just if you want people to hear you, sometimes you have to make sure your voice is heard."
I know. It's more. I don't want to. Silly. I don't want to run the risk of turning into my mother. And she's the most selfish person that I know.
I don't know your mother, but I
Good.
think it would be I think it would be very difficult to call a group of people working together selfish. Because they all want to help you, they all want to help you, they all want to help each other, they all want to help you. You're a part of that group. You are equal. And I don't think there is I don't think any of them would hear you and hear what you wanted to do or needed to do and not take it into consideration.
I know that it's going to be put on hold for a little while. I'm still waiting to hear back from my father, and even if I do want answers, I have to find... Looks at him with like a, you know, when you get like a shiver down your spine. Like, my mother, and that's a ways away. So I know that it's going to be on the back burner for a while. I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't like not being in control of things. So it's, for the first time in my life, I'm... She like looks behind to make sure that everyone is very far away.
No one is listening.
Yeah. I'm scared.
It's perfectly reasonable to be scared.
But it's not me.
Why not? Why can't you be scared?
You've seen the... Well, you haven't seen the things, but you know of the things that I have seen. And there is not a lot of things that really scare me. And this is why I don't get close to people.
People are always scared of different things. Why are people scared of spiders? They're small. But people are terrified of them.
Depends on the spider, I guess. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. Why are people... It doesn't make sense when something small can affect you so much. Same with speaking to crowds. That's awful for a lot of people, but some people love it. People can be scared of different things. It's just in...
Crazy people.
It's just in mortal nature. It's not something that we can predict. It's not something that we have control of. It is what it can be.
The only time that I've ever felt anything close to this, well, twice, is the first time is when Nyx left, and she said she was going off to find a way to try to... Well, that's not my story to tell. But I was scared because I care for her very much, and the second time that I was this scared was when we were in the Feywild, and you were in that pool. And now it's like that fear again, but over and over, and every new person that I let in, that fear gets bigger that something is going to happen to these people, and this is why I don't make friends, because this feeling is terrible.
Cassian sort of looks at you. His expression difficult to read.
As is Cassian.
Yeah. And he says, well, I think it would be boring if we were all alone. And being scared, or frightened, or nervous, it's not a bad thing. It's a reaction that people have had for years and years, and getting close to people isn't a bad thing. It is what makes life interesting. If you are on your own forever, you'd get bored. Or you'd complete everything you wanted to do, and then what? Sit there forever? It's not a bad thing, Maeve. It's normal. It's within all of us, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but something is going to happen to these people, to me, to you, at some point. It's inevitable. It is just up to us how we are going to deal with that. And everyone has their own reactions to everything. And we don't know what can happen today, tomorrow, in a month. But it's not a bad thing to be scared. It just means you care, and it means you're thinking correctly. Because if you weren't scared of all this, I think you'd have something wrong with you.
I suppose you're right. It's just not. I'm not. It's new, baby steps and all that. She like shrug, like take a swig of a drink. Guess we'll have to see what happens and deal with it as it does.
That is all we can do. Unless you're a divination wizard.
I think she, at that point, would like lean over to kiss him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would reciprocate. Reciprocate.
And then just like sit and like again like lean, put her head on his shoulder, and just like look out to the sea until she was cold elsewhere. She'd just kind of stay there.
Okay? Well, so we'll say Drax tattoo. Can you roll me one more con save, Drac?
I can do that. Let's see.
Oh wow! I was literally about to say the words. The DC is 17. That's weird. I think other than the 20, you rolled one above both times. So Fenric is getting to like near the end of it. He's last 5 minutes or so as he is
then
just
there,
finished.
Please be done soon. Please be done soon.
He says it'll only be a little bit longer.
Oh, thank God.
Sort of after that time, manages to get it done. It looks obviously it's difficult to see your own shoulder, but Slab, who is nearby, sort of can attest, and he gets like
Holding
a mirror.
up a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, the wrong way round.
You know the in football matches where they call for substitutions.
Yeah.
When they hold it above their head. That's how Slab's doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, you look at it, and it's obviously a bit sore. Obviously, your skin's already red though, so you can't really see the soreness. There's like a little bit of a raise. Sort of,
It's gone blue.
You can like feel it's like slightly darker, a little bit like no, it would be slightly lighter if it's a bit bruised and a bit tender. But yeah, it looks really good. Frederick looks happy with himself.
And this looks
and
very nice. Very good work, Fenric.
I mean, it's my job.
That's
And
just the equivalent of like good boy.
he hands you.
You know how it is.
He hands you like a.
Shifters up praise kinks.
He hands you something to put over it so it's not out in the open.
Thank you.
And says, "Well, make sure to clean it," and gives you all the instructions for a tattoo. And yeah, you have that the tattoo of swiftness, which I know obviously it's not a magic item, but you can just increase your movement by 5 speed, by 5 feet, and I can make something for it, I think, because I don't know if you can do initiative manually.
I think you
would you
can.
make it a feat?
You can do move and spell. I don't think you can do initiative.
If you go into,
you can't.
oh no, there's no customized for
I
initiative.
will.
was gonna say
I will.
you could do
I'll-
the news speed up.
I was gonna say you could make it into a feat. And then that
I'll
way-
make it into a fear or magic item. It's fine. Yeah, I'll
I
do
was
that.
thinking because of intuition.
Well, I don't have to make it attunement. I can just make a magic item.
Okay.
But yeah. So, I put my thumbs up like 1 sec, but yeah.
We can't see that, Asher.
I know. You get your tattoo and you're sent on your way. I know James is still muted. I know he wanted to get a tattoo. But is there anything else people want to do? Because it's getting to about, we'll call it like 11:30, and you've been up all day, so you probably, some of you are getting pretty tired.
How is Helene with me at the minute? Is she still very nervous?
She's not as
Or is
nervous
she-
as she was. She's just like sitting there, probably just sitting there quietly.
Simon will just say, just so you know, like, destiny doesn't define you. If it's something you don't want to do, we don't have to do it. It's your decision. No one else can make you do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah, I know. I know, but it would be a disservice to everything I know not to. And
Well, if whatever happens tomorrow, if you change your mind, just say so, and I'll jump in.
okay.
Right. Now let's do something spontaneous and stupid.
Should her eyes go wide?
No, not that. No, he sort of like, just sort of like grabs her arm and like looks over at the ocean. It's like, come on, let's just swim. Forget about tomorrow. Let's just have some fun.
Yeah. And she
Just the guy who didn't want to swim.
she
Different times have happened,
she takes her hand and
and we just
Get
sort of
some
run
water.
into the ocean.
Yeah.
Just have a bit of fun. It'll act a bit like a goofball, try and make a laugh,
Mhm.
and just do silly things.
yeah, she's briefly forgets about things. James, are you back?
I am sorry. Yeah.
It's fine. Drax's tattoo is finished. It looks good. I was waiting because I know you wanted to get one.
Yeah. So it's just gonna get a. It's the skill one. He isn't going to go for Arcana because it isn't mechanically beneficial. However, he is going to go for a tattoo of Insight.
Okay, interesting. Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. So Fenric will begin. We'll say, because of the size of Draxon, your one is significantly smaller. So I will say, rather than 2 hours, like an hour and a half, hour 15. So the Insight one, cool. So I assume you give him the gold cost. and
No, not at all.
and he
Burn and dash.
Yeah, as he starts, can you roll me a con save with the
Yeah.
bonus from Mel because she is standing there.
She doesn't. Oh, I don't know if he'd want to watch and if he's gonna fucking fuck this up and look like a pussy.
Too bad.
14.
14? Yeah, that's enough for the. That's enough. There would be 2 checks for this, but this one first one for now. 14 is good. You sort of start to feel it's on your wrist. Did you say? Like
It's
your
on my
forearm and
it's
your
my
wrist?
forearm, like a wrist on the outer wrist.
Yeah.
So it can hopefully be too bad. I don't know.
yeah.
I
I feel like that's pretty solid.
Ask Matt. I mean, it's on the other side, but you know what I mean. It's similar thing. That's what Matt had his. How painful was it, Matt?
Where?
On your forearm,
My forearm, as in like.
your Shenron tattoo. How painful?
But, only at the wrist and the. The crease of the elbow.
The crook of the elbow, yeah.
Oh, so it's not going that. It's basically like from
Yeah.
just like an inch inch above the wrist, and then like probably to about halfway down his forearm.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so I bet you're cool.
You're all right. Yeah, 14, you're all right for the first bit. There's a few moments where you're like,
He's doing the actual forearm bit because when you get to the wrist, it's more of you've got more nerve endings there.
yeah. But yeah, you're all right for the most part. Sort of halfway through, Porridge gets like a not a stick, like a something for you to bite on. Like flies off and flies back and gets something to bite on as it's like starts to get sort of a bit closer to the wrist. But you're all right for the first bit. In that time, is anyone else having any conversations? Cool.
Does anyone want curry?
Is anyone
No, I think we're good.
I feel really bad because like if
Have you even eaten the curry yet?
Yeah, I tried Cass's once, thought it was disgusting, and then you're like, yeah, my mum's is dead spicy, and so I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
fucking
try
like
that
my
curry
curry.
because I almost died eating the
Guru,
first
why are
one.
you so far away from your microphone, by the way?
So far away from everyone else
Well,
in the game.
I'm far away on the map, so I thought I would do
Okay.
it as well with the
Okay.
microphone.
I appreciate it.
I
Subversive.
thought that's why. I was just wondering. I think. Let me roll something.
Ora's gonna try it and die.
16.
He's going to poof out of existence the moment he touches the spoon in which with the curry.
Yeah, we'll say. Yeah, we'll say after like some time, Nyx has had a few drinks, and she is very good with spice, so she will take a bowl. Like a small bit of it with like some like Doritos dip to like dip it into the curry.
Like from Papa
Yeah, but they're Doritos. What was that for?
The alcohol level.
Hey,
Because-
Helene, you want to try some of this curry? Just, spontaneous and stupid. Let's do it.
Listen, I don't want no.
Fair enough.
Alright.
I'll try it, though.
So I'll say for the sake of like Helene will like walk sort of over to about here, as Nyx is also getting it. Oops. And you'll both sort of try at the same time. Can you make me a con save? As you
With
like...
disadvantage.
No, the DC is just pretty high.
There we go. 4.
Nyx has advantage on this.
Oh, also, did you know that alcohol makes the spice worse?
Yes. Nyx has advantage on this because she's resistant to fire damage and has advantage against poison. And I
This
I
counts
feel
as poison.
no, but I feel like putting those two things together, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The alcohol poison.
14. She yeah, I said the DC in my head at 15. She
16 originally, didn't she?
no, that 16 was see how drunk she was. She takes a bite and you can see her eyes go wide and she just she just swallow it and like it's like alright, you can see she starts to sweat very slightly. And she's just like
It's good, isn't it?
yep. Yeah, Sidon, you're dying. This is awful. Nix is mostly keeping it together. You're having a bad time.
He's having a bad time, but I think he's also exaggerating it as well, just to like put on a bit of a show, make it seem like it's a lot worse, just so he could like try and make Helene laugh.
Yeah.
And just sort of forget.
But yeah, Helene goes, you okay? You both of you?
Yeah. It's lovely. It was great.
Can you make me a deception check?
How loud are they, like, making those sounds?
I mean, he's
like the coughing and spluttering.
Loud enough you can probably hear it.
Yeah, I think Maeve would, like, not knowing what's going on, go over there in like a drunken panic and be like, "What's going on?"
With that 5,
Still.
with that 5, Sidon, Helene gives you a look. She's got very high
Cass
passive
is also
insight.
gonna get a look like, are you disrespecting my
she's
mom's
got high
spray?
passive
How dare
insight.
you?
And she says to you, we should get you like a milk or something.
Yeah, just sure.
But yeah, Maeve, you walk over and you can see Sidon actively dying from heat. While Nyx clearly like felt the heat a bit, but is not dying completely. She's like
all the time.
right.
Side's going spontaneous and stupid, spontaneous and stupid.
But yeah, Maeve,
When I
walk over
said
and see
mingle,
that
this
scene.
isn't what I meant.
Nyx says, it was fine. I mean, I'm all right.
Okay.
He's just a bit hot. I don't know why he's complaining.
Sidon, I can't believe you can't handle your spices.
I come from the dynasty. It's like very Eastern. It's cool food over there.
I really want to try this just so I can roll high and feel like, fuck you. But I know that because I've said that, I will roll very low.
You do have hero points.
Well, if you're gonna do it, you can
This
make
is
me
not Cass's curry. This is Cass' mom's curry. That's
Yeah,
on
I
like
know.
another level.
So you see if Cass is
It's like that Idris Elba clip. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
So the talisman that I have,
It's not saving throws.
it's not saving throw. Okay, fuck, okay.
If you want, I can do
Guessing
enhanced
can't help
ability,
you
so
here.
you have.
Enhanced ability is not checks.
ability
It's not
checks.
status checks.
Oh, it's not.
You would
Okay.
need bless.
Call
or
Mel over.
Mel's helping you. If she walks over, you pass out.
Ooh.
13? Okay,
Still better than
so it's better than Sidon. You take a bite and you're like, oh, this is not
You maybe can hellish rebuke Cass's mum.
Oh my god.
It has you to the
Jesus
bowl.
No,
The
can
bowl
I? Okay, I'm
carried
gonna.
the damage.
I'm gonna ask you something here.
Yeah.
Can I roll a performance check to pretend like I'm not phased at all?
You can roll me a deception check with disadvantage.
Oh, why with disadvantage?
Because you failed.
Oh. Now this I can add a d4 to, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. You can.
Nice.
Sidon, I don't know what the big
Uh,
deal is. It's
yeah.
not that spicy.
You're
Like
saying
a
that maybe
Active
your
insight check
entire
to see any
body is
beads of
like
sweat.
boiling and like your hair is just covering the sweat that is gathering on your forehead.
Maeve, did you go
It
into
looks
the
like the
ocean?
eye on my
Your hair is wet.
forehead It looks like the eye on my forehead is just crying. No, it's not. It's really not that spicy. I don't know what the problem is, honestly.
Cassie's
Drama
mom is
queen,
gonna be,
Sidon.
I need to add more spice.
Yeah, maybe I am.
She just turns and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die!" Just like grabs a jug of milk and starts like sipping it.
But yeah, Artron, can you roll me your second con save for the tattoo?
Yep.
It's very obvious that Cass is thoroughly
Ooh.
enjoying all of this.
North. So Fenric's getting to near
Close
the
to
end
the
of
wrist.
it. Yeah, he's getting close to the wrist. He's doing like some of the like he passes over the already like tender skin, and he hits like a nerve, and you go from like and you're gone. You don't like for like a good 2 minutes or so. You're like you don't remember anything that just happened, and sort of afterwards you sort of wake back up and you just see Mel's like standing close to you, and Porridge is like looking up at you and like squawking in your face. And you wake up and you totally didn't pass out for 2 minutes.
Archie, you fine? You good?
Yes, sorry, that's quite embarrassing. I think it was the second.
The alcohol.
Martini. Yes.
Yeah,
I think I not to blame the workman here, but I think he
Oh wow!
just drew straight onto the bone.
He says.
Yeah, it does hurt, but
Fenric just says, "I just put it where you asked me to do it."
I'd never had one of these before.
I
Go
can
big,
tell.
go home.
But yeah, after following 5 minutes or so, it is done, and he like gives you, the play-by-play, do this, don't get it infected, blah blah blah. He hands you like a wrapping, and you have that bonus, which I think you can add easily.
Yeah.
I need to make one for Josh. But yeah, that one is done. It's feeling a bit tender, bit annoying to move your hand, but it's all right.
I have a question about the tattoos.
Yeah.
So you know how you said that one of them, I'm trying to find the list that you sent. You said one of them is a skill one.
Yeah, that's the one that I can just go.
So it's 75 gold, but if you were to pay more, would you be able to change what it was?
What do you mean change what it was?
Like
you
the
get
skill.
to choose. You get to choose
You
the
get to
skill
choose
it
the
is.
skill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but could
Not-
you change it?
No.
Oh,
you
like
cannot
paid
change
like
it.
another
like
75.
the long rest.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
As an elf, do you not get that anyway? There's like a
I don't-
type
she's
of
a
elf you
half,
get that.
half elf.
Half
though.
elf, I don't think get it.
Yeah.
I think that's trans.
It's the elf
Yeah,
charm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll get a skill one.
Okay.
It's a skill issue.
Skill issue. Skill issue. Skill issue. I'm trying to decide whether I should go for deception, intimidation, or persuasion because they're all at an 8 and I could get them to a 10.
Why don't you get something that's lower, or higher?
That's what I've done. Yeah.
but
I use a
what
lot of
else?
insight, but I'm crap at it.
Up to you.
Mm,
If you have someone that you have like a plus in but not proficient in, it could be a good shout to.
Yeah. Well,
But-
perception. So investigation, perception, and insight are good because not only do you get an active bonus, you get a bonus to your passives.
her investigation's +1, but her insight and perception's a +3. I could get that up to.
It sounds like you got proficiency in that, so that'll just keep on giving that one.
Okay.
What about the insight? The insight's a good one, like Archeron.
Yeah, but is there any point in us both getting the same? This is why I wasn't going to take Arcana because Archeron always gets the Arcana check, so I don't need to worry about it.
I mean, the wisdom ones are pretty evergreen anyway, because like perception and insight are just generally pretty useful. To
They're
have.
never bad, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's different if you got one person who's built into them, like, but just generally having a high perception is not a bad thing. I was actually looking at stealth as well because my stealth's atrocious.
Well, my perception is +3. I have proficiency in it. If I was to get that up to a 5, would that make much difference?
And
I
next
mean-
level, it'd go up to a 6 because you get a boost your
Yeah.
proficiency next level. So you would
Well,
keep noticing that.
That you might encounter
that
the
way.
same problem as with Arcana because I also have perception and it's +8.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if I don't know.
I mean, we tend to like do stuff sometimes
Passively
in a
as well.
vacuum. So like insight and perceptions aren't bad things to have. The reason I picked insight is because some of the most annoying rolls that I failed on are ones that are insightful rolls. Like I want to notice, obviously, like a player or Ash has made allusion to something, and I'm like, I want to learn about this, and I've rolled like a really middling number.
Hmm.
So I don't think it hurts to have more people be good at it, especially because we.
Thinking,
talk
should I do-
as well.
In investigation or insight then, because my investigation is +1, but my insight is like flat.
Maybe get your insight up then, especially if you think you're going to use... Because there's a person who can persuade and stuff. You want to be able to understand how you're...
Yeah, you want to see the reactions and what you need to do.
I personally think that they are like the big three.
Yeah.
Does
I
he
think
do like different coloured tattoos, or does he just do like black?
No,
ink?
it can be any colour you want.
Because I'm just thinking if
you
she
get
got
as
like,
specific as you'd like.
if she gets like a white ink tattoo, then it would kind of just merge in with the rest of her marks.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to think where she would get it and what she would get, because she's literally covered in marks.
Just get some eye makeup tattooed on the eye on your forehead.
Give him mascara.
We get
I don't think she'd want it to like go anywhere near her actual marks, because she still doesn't know what they are. But obviously, she has got a tattoo on her back, like one that she got done that wasn't part of the marks.
What about if she added to it?
To the one on her back.
Yeah, like you can
Some
add
magical
stuff, kind of
flair.
like you know how people get sleeves. I do that for a full back piece type of thing. I'll just sort of add
She
to
wouldn't
it.
want anything massive. The bat that she's got on her back is really small. I'm thinking, like, you know, when people get tattoos, like it's gonna sound awful because it's a really painful place. But you know, when people get little tattoos like under their earlobe,
Oh yeah.
I've
purely
never seen
because
that.
it's I
I'll
really
look
want
it up.
one. Purely because it's like insight. So when she's like listening to people, she's like, you know, where it is. I feel like it makes sense. So I think she would get maybe like,
It's got to be like of a size. It can't be just like tiny.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like a copper piece.
Oh, I was thinking bigger than that, but yeah.
Not like visibly.
That's a hard ask if you're an elf.
Leave it with me, but she will sit down and, you know,
Okay.
if anybody else wants to do stuff while I decide what it would be.
Yeah. Okay, so you start doing that. 75 gold.
She gets a tattoo, but decide.
Yeah. If you want to make me,
Later.
if you just want to roll the con save, just so I can see, so I can either laugh at you or not laugh at you.
Is it just one?
I don't know how big it's gonna be, so we'll make one for now.
Okay.
And see if it... 7 plus 3, 10. No, wherever it is, don't know. Maybe the alcohol's hit you too much. The pain gets you, and immediately you're like, not blackout, but like your brain is off.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Your brain is saving you from the pain. But yeah, is anyone else doing anything before the night comes to a close?
Does anyone want more curry? There's still some left.
No,
No,
I'm
good.
good.
Thanks. It's
After the passing out incident and the tattoo being finished, Archon would probably go to bed.
Yeah, it's fair. And I
yeah,
assume,
and Drac as well.
Not more for me.
She's just been eating curry for the last 6 hours.
While
Um,
swimming, while sunbathing, while relaxing,
it's nighttime.
while moonbathing.
After the side has been a bit of a goofball, how is Helene? Is she a little bit more comfortable? Is she?
Yeah, she's a little
less-
bit more jovial.
Yeah.
Probably also slightly drunk. She's had a few drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Simon will probably like make his way to bed and offer to walk Helene to her room.
Yeah.
And he won't go in, but he will like move in for like a kiss goodnight and go back to start making his way to his room as well.
Cool.
If she accepts it.
FYI though, canonically, Sun reeks of curry at the moment.
Now it's alcohol.
Curry and alcohol.
Glorious.
He only had like one spoonful.
Yeah, it was alright. Yeah.
It stinks of curry and Stella.
He wouldn't drink Stella.
I assume then everyone other than like Maeve and stuff is still getting the tattoo. Head to bed. Cass, do you go and stay with your parents?
Yeah.
Back at your house. Okay. So those guys head off. Yeah. Does Layla sleep? Yes. I have to make sure I can remember. Where will we go? There, I guess. Next, should probably go back to their place. Beth, you decided?
Yes, I've decided what it's going to be, just not specifically. So it's going to be like a line of text. I will send a picture that I got the inspiration from.
One ring to rule them all.
In Elvish, yeah.
One ring to find them.
Like that, but probably a little bit bigger.
Okay, cool.
And it's going to say something in Elvish that I haven't yet decided, but we'll just say that she's said it in secret to the tattoo guy.
Is that all fucking Elvish? No, it's good.
She could have just like showed him
That's
these are the
Cassian's
runes
property.
I want
Oh
you
god.
to make.
But yeah, no, I mean, no wonder that probably makes you pass out because it's right on the neck, like,
Yeah.
right on the sort of the vein.
That would fucking hurt.
That would hurt. But yeah, once that is done, people head off to bed. Probably Mel and Layla probably stay in the same place. I assume Slab goes to bed as well.
Yes.
There. And then I assume Maeve and Nyx and probably Cassian, if he's allowed to, will go back to Maeve and Nyx's place.
No boys allowed.
There you go. Everyone else is situated. Alex, oh god, Alex will also go back to the house, but he'll sleep on the sofa or something. But yeah, the evening comes to a close. A night of fun, a night of drinks, a night of interesting conversations happened. And in the morning, you all wake up, some of you with pretty bad headaches, some of you relatively alright. Those with tattoos are probably feeling that, like, slight pain and numbness there. But all is, well, what are you guys doing? You can all click on that.
This is the morning.
Unless you already, I assume people were done for the evening.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
First thing, Archeron would be waiting kind of outside, eagerly for Mel to.
Let me delete any. I'm just gonna delete most of them, and then if you're there, just place yourself back. I do. Let him know. Wait inside him. Say there. Nyx was gone. Maeve was gone. Kaelin was somewhere. Kaelin was there. Alex gone. Cassian was gone. These guys are gone. The cat is probably gone.
The cat's dead. No.
I don't remember what the setup was for it as well. It's fine.
Looks so bright.
It does look really bad.
Yeah.
I'll have to say that does like the night map for the entire session. Who else? I've got, as a character. Cool. Yeah, the night has come to a close, and the morning is yours. Archeron, you say you're sort of waking up eagerly for Mel. Is there any setup that you do?
No,
Or
just
you
wait for her.
Cool.
Well, he's like getting dressed and stuff, but like he's not.
Yeah. of
We're
course.
not talking like crack of dawn. We're talking like slightly earlier maybe than, because he only had like one apple teeny, and then had the fear of God put in him, so he didn't overdo it. So he's probably just got his wrist bandaged up. But other than that, he's just kind of like waiting for I presumably would be aware of the hut that they were staying in. He would have stayed on the beach as well. He would be dressed in like beach appropriate garb, slightly freer, like less layers than normal, like the linen shirt. Still would be like looking relatively smart, but just slightly. He's gotten a little bit more casual as time's gone by.
And
Like his top button will be undone.
And as you are,
I was about to say, would his shit be unbuttoned or not?
Not all the way, just the top button.
and as you do for any, obviously we'll keep with Archer on for the minute, but as you go outside and see the sun, it is very like there's no clouds in the sky. It is a bright, like glorious morning. As you sort of wait for 5 to 10 minutes, you hear some people starting to get up, and then you hear from the hut next to you. You see Mel walks out, just wearing basic clothing, sort of like what you said, something that's nice enough for the weather. And she walks out.
Yeah, it's a big smile when he sees her, and just walks her down to the beach, kind of where everything was last night. Just like normal conversation. Did you have a nice time? Blah 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 blah. I left early because I'm a wimp and I passed out from a tattoo. Did anything else that happened?
Yeah, Mel says, "Don't worry. I think Maeve might have passed out a little bit as well."
Oh, she's could definitely kick my ass, so that's good to know. No, I just wanted not a private word. Obviously, we're here in the open on the beach. Just a little bit of a conversation. I've been thinking a lot over the last week since we kind of met back up in Pyra, and I've been thinking about how things have happened and how things have changed, and about how one of my greatest weaknesses is timing, and I have terrible timing. Like the day I mentioned, the day you arrived in Pyra, and I was overjoyed to see you. I was so happy, and it kind of made me at the moment forget the dangers that we were under. And you do that. You kind of make me forget the dangers, and you still my racing thoughts. But you see what I mean about having terrible timing. But what I wanted to do in Pyro was I wanted to share the Garden of Serenity. I wanted to show it to you because for me it was this beautiful brief moment of calm in Pyra, but it wasn't the right time to share it then. And now that one moment is gone, and everything we've been through in the last few weeks and months has gone on to remind me that these moments are fleeting, and if I want to have them or more of them, I've got to grab them when I see them, and I want to share this moment with you before anything else happens. And my magic has grown since we first met, and
my power has doubled since last we met, Count.
And
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
It's okay. And I can bring back like the image of these moments, and it's what I wanted to show you yesterday. And so he opens his spell book and he casts Major Image, and kind of around them in like a perfect 3-dimensional like hallucination mirage, but with sights and smells and texture, appears like a version of the Garden of Serenity. It's very close, and it's like weird parallax, like so things that look dead far away are like arms reach away because it's only 20-foot cube. And in
the
there,
old guy's so confused.
Yeah, well, like from the outside, you can probably just see them in this like weird kind of almost like through stained glass.
He looks up to the sky and says, "Is this my time?"
But he stood in this garden, and around it are these small like there's these trees with these small yellowish green like fruits on them. There's all these vivid purple flowers with tubular flowers with these bright yellow stems in them that kind of like almost like weed, not quite weeds, but like litter the garden, like they run throughout. And there's lots of other purple plants like lilacs and lavenders, and there's this overwhelming smell of like like floral smells that he's kind of conjuring from the air. And in the center of this area that he's created is this bird bath that's full of these green birds with these pink faces, like pinky peach colored faces, and they're tweeting away. And he's like, yeah, this is my memory of the Garden of Serenity, and we can walk. What I wanted to do was just walk through my memories of the garden together, and this is the part of the garden that I wanted to share. with you, and it's what the bit that I thought was the most beautiful. And he kind of like gestures again to the garden, and it like the bit that he's gesturing to just kind of like holodeck swoops in closer to them, and there's all the so it's like there's like purple roses, there's purple peonies, like there's a real but like not all one shade of it, all like a spectrum of purple almost. It's really vivid against the greens, and like the sand underneath is like yellowy white, and there's white pearls gleaming through, so it probably would look very, very attractive. And all throughout again are these little like tubular flowers, and like Archon would be pointing out, like I don't know if you know much about botany. These are
She goes, no idea.
nope. Well, these
Actually,
are
she's proficient in nature, so she's a little bit weird.
okay. Well, these here, and he points to the fruit. I don't know if you know these. These are small melons. They're called melanoe melons. That's probably a part of your namesake. They're very sweet. You can make a quince from them for cheeses and jams. It's quite tasty and sorry, quite delicious. And they're everywhere, and they're it's very beautiful. These purple roses I conjured. These here are a member. These ones that litter throughout, and he kind of, as he sees these kind of tubular ones with the yellow stems, he kind of like wafts his hands, and they kind of like disappear but appear behind him. And everywhere that Mel's looking, like that's where the sunlight is breaking through, so the flowers are like turning to look at her as she turns to look to them. Because these ones are Solanaceae, an order of Magnolio popsidea, and there's yep. And here we have the lavenders and the lilacs,
murderers.
and the purple roses, and these birds are a member of the Agapornius family. But this is what the garden is now, how it exists in my memory. But it's not just the Garden of Serenity. It is the garden of my memory now. Each tree and each bush and each flower is a memory itself, with the dearest memories I have being the most beautiful. And he kind of directs her to this one particular beautiful rose bush, and he kind of directs her to like smell this particular rose. And as she like bends down to look at it, the flower opens up.
She gives it a smell in a way. Sorry.
It opens up, and as it opens up, there's it's basically his version of a mind palace, and it opens up with the image of her walking out of the teleportation circle, and there's this like really strong, beautiful smell of roses, and it evokes the emotions that Archon has when he saw her walk through, this like leap in his chest when he saw her that he didn't realize he'd missed her so much. And he kind of shows her this, and he's smiling. I just wanted to savor this moment, because it's well, if each flower is a memory, I wanted to spend the time that I've got tending in a garden of you. And then he's like, ta-da!
Finger guns. No. She looks. I'm trying to find the best words to describe this. She looks impressed, probably slightly overwhelmed, and it's a good deal of confusion, but she looks happy. And you see that her cheeks got like a slightly brighter shade of purple, as she says, I didn't like looks around, like she's like, as she's talking, she's like looking around. This place is wonderful.
It's the memories I have of all my friends. So it is wonderful. I can't always tell them, but they've brought me as the more happiness than I can really ever remember.
sort of smiles, looking at you, and then sort of looks to the ground a bit, and says, "You sure?"
I don't. I've learned in the last couple of days, weeks, I can never really be sure of anything, really. All I know is, well, this is what I feel and what I see in my head when you're near. And I don't know what's going to happen today or tomorrow. And I realised last night that if I don't take the time to say these things, that time might pass me by. And I've made mistakes before. And I just thought you'd need to know how if someone felt like this about me, I'd want to know. You don't have, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm just showing you this and wanted you to know how special you and how special you are to me.
He smiles and blushes and says, I don't know what I don't know what I can say, really. I don't. I wanna be with you guys. I wanna stay with you and everyone. I'm scared. I'm nervous that I don't know if I'm as at risk as Layla. There's still definitely at risk that I could turn and hurt all of you, and I don't want. She looks around at the garden. I don't want the garden to wilt and stop growing.
I'm not asking you to do or say or be anything else than what you are. I just wanted to show you that. I just wanted to show you, and if you want, if you're happy to, we can just sit in the memory of the garden for a short while and just enjoy a bit of serenity before the day rolls in and the serenity vanishes. And just know that if you ever want to sit in the garden, it's always there for you.
Thank you. I'll remember that. Thank you. And I assume the two of them spend, 10 to 15 minutes there?
The spell lasts 10 minutes, so...
I guess I
mean, it could be half an hour.
5 to 8 minutes sitting there. As the day sort of begins to go by, I'm going to see if I can push for another 20 minutes. And the illusion fades, and everyone begins to wake up and go about the day. Are there any... I'll just go back to the Whittown map, because people are in slightly different places. Is there anything people want to do before heading to temple?
As I wake up, how is Helene in the morning? Are all those nerves back? Is she...
Oh, the nerves are back, and there probably was.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Sadin will go up and just say, good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right. She like closes her eyes to try and not cry. And she says, I think I'm ready. I think.
Okay.
I
Remember though, if whatever it is that you have to do there, if it's making you feel like this and you don't want to do it, just say so.
She nods, but then shakes her head and says, "No, I have to. It's what I was. Everything before has led up to this, and I can't not do it. Not now."
Okay.
I part of me feels like I should back out, but I know if I do something, someone not as qualified will take the place, or something will go wrong.
Don't worry, I believe in you.
Thank you. She nods and just goes to say something, but doesn't. Instead, just steps forward and hugs you.
I hug her back.
And you can tell, okay, Helene isn't that strong, but she has a strength of 12, so she's technically stronger than most of the party. So, she hugs you and almost doesn't want to let go.
Your rib breaks.
Yeah. I was the villain. No. No. Turns out she bites your neck. She's also a succubus. No.
Oh, again!
But no,
again.
she takes a little bit of time, but then she does let go, and sort of collects all of her stuff that she had in the room, and holds the amulet of Odaluna around her neck, and carries the marble that the pearl that Cass's mum gave to her, and she just holds it in her hand. And once everyone is up and ready, you probably all have some breakfast for those who are at the cabana. And when you do begin to move towards the temple, she doesn't move without holding on to someone. Like she it's difficult for her to step forward. Like Sidon, she's holding onto you. She's shaking slightly. But she is holding onto you and she's trying to be strong.
Yeah.
Helene, I think I got it right.
You did.
What is
Helen?
Is there anything we can do, or any way we can allay your concerns? I had the ability to commune or divine whether things would go poorly or well. I unfortunately don't have that ability anymore, but perhaps you yourself or Cass, maybe even is Nyx with us? I can't see her.
Nyx is with Maeve. Nyx and Maeve and Cassian and Alex are at.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were all together.
No. We have you guys and their I'm just gonna do them very briefly separately, unless Beth has nothing to add. It's fine. But yeah, Helene says, Shag said, I think I know I think I know that there's nothing that communing will change now.
Is there anything you can warn us, or so we're forearmed, so we can? I've not chosen. Well, I have kind of chosen my spells, but perhaps if we get there before Nyx does.
Oh crap! I need to prepare death wards.
I don't foresee anything bad happening today.
So
But-
why are you so nervous?
I can't say. I don't know.
I'm gonna cast a eyebrows to Sidon.
Oh, no.
And that is a 4th level spell with material and somatic components.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it? What's
It's
the
early in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, I've already used the 3rd level. So he's gonna raise an eyebrow. Be like, okay. Well, as long as you're sure, a friend of you're a friend of ours, Helene, a friend of Sidon's, is a member of the group. So don't feel you have to hold anything back.
I'm not. I don't know
Okay.
the whole truth myself.
Well, this will be interesting. I think we'll get some kind of divine intervention.
I think so.
Next level. Wait, next 2 levels.
Two levels.
Yeah.
While you guys are walking, Maeve, is there anything you are doing? Well, I guess is there anything you did in the night? If so, let me know. Or in the morning when you woke up. Specifically.
Nothing of note. The only thing, the tattoo, I did figure out what it said. It says in Elvish, "But you can still live," which is like a quote. Is like, "Bad things happen, but you can still live."
Yeah.
And obviously, the conversation that she had with Cassian led to that as like a constant reminder. But yeah, other than that, no. I think she's just sort of on pins. I think she's picking up a lot of nervous energy from Helene. Just from everyone, really. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I think she is quiet and probably a little bit uneasy.
So we'll say we'll call it the extended party. All follow. We're all of you guys plus Helene, Cassian, Layla, Mel, Nix,
All of the
Alan,
guys.
the boys. Alex is also there.
You guys.
And
Go on
you,
adventure.
you all walk over to the Golden Rise Temple, and as a description, because I don't think I described it properly when you walked past it before.
You gave it like a brief
Yeah.
thing outside, and that we're avoiding it sideline.
Yeah.
I like when you signed it. I was like, where the fuck is the temple? And there.
So, over the skyline of Whittle, the Golden Rise Temple is one of, if not the most beautiful structure. It is a long sandstone building with polished gold roofing that holds and draws in the sunlight. A curved set of windows sits at the back of the building, and at the front is a set of pale stained wooden doors patterned with golden engravings. As you step to the precipice, we will say Kaelin, Alex. Yeah, we'll say Kaelin and Alex. Wait, because I'm not doing everyone. They vibe outside, and the doors open, with the inside being sprawling sections of holy tomes and scrolls. The floor is a mosaic of a mountain with temples rising up towards the sun. I would say Cass and anyone who is proficient in religion would, and probably Sidon actually, would recognize this to be Mount Solista in the Dynasty. In front of you is a slightly raised platform with statues of 3 angels. Where is it? It's in my notes. Each with names and plaques. Beneath the middle is a glowing bound book. Many priests are gathered in this space, with one in particular wearing billowing white and gold robes. He has dark skin and braided white hair with this sort of bushy, almost Santa-like beard. Let me change the map, and I will show you the image of the guy.
Oh, nice.
Cass, you would obviously know this place. This is where you first trained. But yeah, and then
Wow, that's cool.
And then this is what the
No idea where the snow-covered mountains came from, but it's religion. So
this is
we don't
if you look in general, that is what the priest looks like.
Damn, he's cool looking.
He's cool.
He looks like Santa Claus.
I'll just make. Why, mate? I'll
He's
show the
Black
image.
Elf Santa Claus.
He's Black
I
Elf.
was gonna
So
say,
nothing like
like,
Santa Claus except for the white
Heimdall
beard.
from Thor, but okay.
It does a bit look like Heimdall. It's
It does look a
Elba.
bit like Heimdall, yeah.
If this gets
Kinda.
if this gets animated, Idris Elba. Yeah.
Lads, get on it.
You see,
How much does
Idris
Elba charge for a voiceover?
Great question.
Cameo's like 25 quid, right?
Way more than that.
I don't think he knows
100.
that. Yeah, I don't
I
think
know
he knows
that you
that.
know that by
We can
hand.
hope. We can hope.
If you want to just place yourselves sort of where I've put the main bulk of people on the map, if you're not already on there, you see the priest, which Cass would know. Archer, you're not all the way up there. You're
I know. I'm zooming.
That's fine. You
Run
see
ahead.
the priest, which
That's a big ass book.
which Cass would know to be Father Oriel, the
Cookie
Light-
Monster.
light bearer and head priest of this church. He looks to you, giving like a warm smile, pun intended, as he sort of gives you all like a bow. And Cass, in your head, you hear, "It is good to see you, Miss Ravenlight. I hope your travels have been fruitful." And you know you can't reply when he speaks to you telepathically, but this is something that he does from time to time.
Is it glitched not?
No. But then he sort of looks to the group. As sort of at that same time as he's speaking to you, Cass, in your head, he to the group says, "Good day to you all, friends of light. I am Father Oriel, light bearer of Solista and high priest of this marvelous temple you see before you. I see that with you comes Neve's guidance," and he gives like a smile and sort of gestures to Sidon and Helene. And yeah.
Hi. I guess you already know who we are, but anyway, I'm Simon.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
He you can introduce yourselves as you wish, but don't need to go through. There's a lot of you. But he says, please take a moment if you would like to look around the temple. I looks to Helene. I need to have a private word with this one, just over there. Look around. And Helene looks to you side and says, "Okay, it'll be all right."
Okay.
And you see, Father Oriel goes up to this book and gestures for Helene to sort of follow and sit at that sort of bench section. And yeah, you have a little bit of time to look around the temple. I don't have. There's each of the statues I have stuff for. If you guys want to look at them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
As well as, I don't know, the
I
mountains.
assume Cass knows a little bit where everything is.
Yeah. I mean, the books are pretty much all just kind of boring religious like scrolls.
Okay, and those are the religious books without smut, and those are with a little bit smut, and that's
Imagine-
one over
They
there.
don't.
the big
There's
one
no.
that says prohibited.
Imagine
That's
what
the one.
the holy stories would be for the sun god. And lo, he did look up at the sun, and he did say, "Fuck, my corneas are ruined."
So each of these statues.
Well, it does come with the benefit that you don't get skin cancer if you ever forget your sunscreen.
that's one of Celista's minor boons. You can't get sunburn. But yeah,
Immune
each
to skin cancer.
yeah, each of the
You'll
statues.
never again will have to waste money on sunscreen.
Each of the statues, the one on our left is of a sort of an armored celestial with sort of feathered white feathered wings, and part of the marble is colored to look gold. It looks like armor. In like his hands is an ornate longsword, and above like the long white hair is this circular halo. And if you were to go up to them, there is like text beneath them, which I have written. So for this guy on the left, it reads Astrael, the star of morning. What?
Astrael Morning Star, the star of morning.
Yeah.
I
And
once
there
saw a
is-
ship called the Morning Star, but not like morning, but like mourning, like weeping for someone. I really enjoyed that joke.
There is a little bit underneath. If anyone can read Celestial.
I can read
Yes,
Celestial.
me.
I mean, Cats probably would have read these before, but for everyone who hasn't, and for you, because I've not told it to you, in Celestial, beneath it, it reads, the light of Celesta is radiant and pure. Astrael is the embodiment of that. Unwavering and ever loyal, may his glow never fade. And then this is the image of that statue.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh.
Cass's first crush on anyone.
And then the statue to the right.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, as a member of the LGBTV community, that is the gayest armor I've ever seen.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? It's stupid.
What's it meant to protect from? His heart's right out. His guts are right out. So as long as you don't hurt my shoulders or my wrists.
Listen. It was for the statue. He doesn't wear armor. It's usually like
Right.
that.
Okay.
It was Photoshop.
Fucking hell.
On the right is a feminine celestial with that same sort of grey coloured skin with orange and gold accents. Her wings sort of are around her like an embrace, and in each of her hands she holds an orb of light which do glow slightly. Looking, and as you sort of stand under the statue, the face is made to look down, as if she's like looking at any of those who are near her statue. And her name is Yvain, the glow of evening, or Yvain, don't know.
Are you spelling that?
Like that. In Roll20. And
Oh,
beneath
sorry, I'm
that
making
beneath that in Celestial.
I was so wrong. Wow.
Yeah. Beneath in Celestial, it reads, the light of Celesta watches, even when the sun dips beneath the sky. I forgot to change that name because I changed her name last minute. There we go. Yvain is the ever-watching guardian between night and day, passive and pure. Here is the image of her.
Just,
If
Yvain is the what? Have you ever watched the lie of?
I'll do it. I'll send it.
Oh, that's cool.
Change your name.
Hey, baby, nice orbs.
I have to confess, I'm disappointed how not gay this armor is. After having
She's
seen
not
the
really.
first one.
She's not wearing armor though. It's
Yeah,
just like
it's an armor. Yeah, I mean, it's,
Oh, it's not.
It's like it's also. But the reason I say that is because last year at Pride there was a guy basically wearing that, and it was like he was on a Pride flight, but it was like it was just glitter. So that's
Oh my
what made me
God.
think of it. but it was like it was, it's not a bad thing. It's just completely fucking.
It's just
useless as
funny.
ever.
Yeah. But yeah, the last statue, sort of the one that's in front, behind the book and in front of Father Auriel and Helene, who are still talking, is the skin of this statue, rather than the grey marble of the others, is glowing gold with wings of that sort of same orange gold, pure light. Her hair is white and her eyes glow with sort of a bright yellow gold. The theme of this one is gold. She wears simple white robes like that of a commoner, with eyes looking up to the sky, her hands like clasped together in prayer. Beneath it reads, Rael, the light of gold, which is spelled like this. Beneath that, in Celestial, is the light of Solista is powerful, strong, and rich. Rael is the tempered ichor, I don't know, of the sun's radiance. Being ever glowing and multifaceted, may her light be ever flowing. This is what I've said poorly. And this is the statue.
Cool.
That looks terrifying.
Yeah, it's really uncanny. That is, yeah. Oof.
It's meant to be.
Yeah. Statues are in religious places.
Yeah,
they're creepy.
and these guys are like, think of these as like the big three of like Celestials. That's a sentence. Yeah. Solistas Celestials. Neva's not among them.
Yeah, I was about to say, right? There's no Neve statue.
No.
Where the fuck is
No,
Neve?
Wasn't there a Neve statue on the other?
There was a Neve statue in Pyra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a minor statue of Neve in Pyra. Yeah. But yeah, after you sort of go and read all of those statues, right, looking, yeah. Father Auriel sort of comes back over to like the stand, and in your head, Silent, as he's sort of walking, he says in your head,
"I shotgun, you better stay away from my daughter."
He says in your mind, the girl knows what her task is, and it is up to her to give that information. However, am I correct in believing that you have been left in the dark about your place in this?
I can't respond in my head, can I?
Nope.
And then I'll say out loud, yeah, I don't know.
We're in the church. Fuck up.
Auriel puts his hand up. Don't worry, Archon, he got all the names before. It is fine. I had asked the question. But in your head, Sidon, he says, "You're more like her than you know." And he, after he says that out loud now, he addresses the entire room. And so takes a breath and says, "Neve, Solicitor's spear of light was once mortal, like you or I. However, she was not always a follower of Our Lady of Light. In fact, quite the contrary. In her youth, she was born to a cult. Followers of Frost, children of the Scourge, she practiced the way of spreading cold, not warmth." He looks to you all, gesturing for Sidon and Cass to come up to the platform with Helene.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Where are you?
Well, wish me luck.
You got this.
Yes, Queen.
he continues and says, "Though, once she knew her people's truths, Neve attempted to flee. but was captured and tortured by the frost she once bowed to. And it was in that moment, during the previous age, the War of Twilight and Ash, now forgotten to all but the most learned, Celista herself melted the ice with her divine flames, freeing Neve and gaining her spear, an ally eternal. For her remaining mortal years, Neve fought alongside light, against shadow and frost, though she was eventually felled by forces of the abyss, permanently losing her physical form. But Our Lady managed to take her spirit to Celestium among the gods. And though it has been an age since her fall, Neve has remained a light, guiding those who need paths towards better futures. He sort of turns, looking around the room to the priests and the statues. We stand on a knife's edge. Ruin is beneath us. Mistakes of the past have come back to haunt their children. I have seen it. Enemies of old gather, and it is up to us to put them in their place. The gods are watching. We must do what they cannot. For history can only repeat itself so much before the pattern is learned and truth becomes deceit. Children of Periphalon, our hearts are pure. Heed my words when I say, only by the guidance of those who came before can shine the way to better futures. Though we are not alone in this fight. To the west, in the Aspiral dynasty, a herald of fate has been sighted with allies by her side. Ancient dragons are stirring of all kinds, chromatic, metallic, gem, and stellar. To the east, statues are being formed and bonds of old are being reforged. As he speaks, you see the light behind him starting to glow. Brighter and brighter, the sun shining upon this moment as a point to remember. Above, the Celestials are mobilizing. Astrael, Yvain, and Rael, even Neve are preparing once more at the behest of the gods. The enemies may have struck first, hiding in the darkness, but we, the light, strike back. And as those words leaves his lips, you watch the back of the temple erupt in brilliant, radiant light. The statue of Rael glowing gold. Auriel holds his hands up, looking to the sky. As Cass, you feel the light surround you, glowing and purifying even the smallest imperfections.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa! Flashbang!
Can I, whilst this is happening,
My eyes!
I didn't want to interrupt the speech, but could Archeron's going to cast use his once a day free thingy to detect magic, and see if he can insight this priest.
I don't know why, but
very cult of personality.
there might be some magic at work here, guys.
Cass, check your the chat. There's a new feat that you can add to your character.
Also, as well, I was going to say, I was so tempted to go like, "You sure it's a gem dragon?"
Yeah, I know. That's why I mentioned all of them. Yes. With the detect magic, obviously it's already very fucking bright, but your eyes are. It's like you've seen too deep. Your eyes, your corneas don't start to burn, but they gloss over with the detect magic, and there is magic everywhere. The light.
Specifically, is it illusion though?
It is not illusion. It is pure divination and, I guess, evocation, conjuration. None of this is illusion. All of this is happening.
What the fuck is going on?
But yeah. Father Auriel, you can insight him if you want, by the way. James.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to mention.
Yeah. With my new +2. 22, baby.
22?
Jesus.
What specifically are you trying to insight?
Why he's lying to us and why he's trying to get us to kill these poor defenseless evil. No, so basically this like we've just walked in off the fucking street. I know that like he was expecting 2 or 3 of us, or rather he's familiar with 2 of us and was expecting a 3rd. But like, there's a lot to take in here, and this is that and that is not the one. I'm trying to figure out if there's any like how much of this is like how much of his own thing is he like how much of his own stock is he buying kind of thing?
With your 22 this man, Father Auriel, is, I don't know the best way to describe it, he completely believes in the words that he is saying. He is not fanatically in the way a high priest would be. He is not
not shady.
You get, I mean,
Jaded.
there's literally no way to be shade right now. It's too bright. But no, he is. Obviously, there's no moment to talk that much in character. But Cass would know that this man is like, has been a priest of Solista for many years. He is empowered. He is not. He's not shady. At least,
he helped me with my music rhymes.
Yeah, he helped you with your homework one time.
Yeah, that one time.
He is impassioned and empowered by something that feels more real than your world, and it is difficult to get that in an insight check. But
so he believes in what he's saying, basically.
He believes in what he's saying. Yeah, fully. Like he, obviously, the context isn't there, but he is reciting the words of Solista at this moment in time. And you see, or as this happens, the light glows. Auriel looks, smiling at you all, and Sidon, you feel your hands glowing with the light of Neve, but the light of Solista. It is powerful, it is pure, and it is the light that makes the sky bright in the day. And as you are taking this in, you hear Helene's voice, and you look to her, and she is smiling and weeping, and is overwhelmed and scared is the wrong word. She knows she is meant to be here, and she is happy. And she says, you hear her voice. Obviously, the visual of this is a very loud visual, but there is like the glow that gives this faint hum, and Auriel talking, but there is not much sound. As Sidon, you hear softly, she says, thank you, Sidon. Thank you. I thank you for making this burden easier to bear. Thank you for not leaving me alone.
Well, don't worry, we've still got a journey to have. It's not the end. Tell me it's not the end.
She shakes her head. It's not the end. But like the cycle of the day, things change. And you see she looks to this golden light, which is Solista's light. And you feel your breath leave you as you watch as the dark hair begins to peel and fade away, revealing a bright white. A fade of familiar purple falling at the ends. Her eyes, once brown and blue, shine with the radiance of Solista, and the robes flow backwards, forming and changing with engravings of gold, as she is pure. A determined smile on her face, one that looks almost too familiar, with that final change washing over her. A golden mark appears on her forehead, similar to one that Auriel has on his. As you do this, you see standing before you with elements. Let me read. You see her mouth opens, and with a voice familiar in more than one way to you, Sidon, she says, we are so glad to see you. Well, Sidon, well done. She holds her words back, and you see that mix of emotions on her face. And she says, we're both here. Sidon, we're both here. And you watch the right eye crystallize and change into that brilliant blue that is recognizable as Helene's. We're both here. Always. The light continues to burn bright as... It's difficult to say which name now. Jumps forward towards you, Sidon, and hugs you tightly and doesn't let go.
I'll hug back.
She looks to you, and the light continues to burn bright. You feel your palms are glowing. The warmth and purity of Neve in front of you, with that hint, that knowledge of the woman that you know is still there.
I'm confused. I don't know what to do.
You're confused? What the fuck is happening?
You see,
Something spontaneous and stupid!
you see, well, the name I have written down in my notes is Haleev.
He's
stupid.
Helene, surely.
She, puts her, I'll say Neve for now. She puts her hands on the sides of your face, Sidon, and says, I'm sorry. I can tell you. It was too much of a risk. But she's still here. We're both here. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it another way.
It's okay. I'm sorry for making that mistake.
It's not a mistake, Sidon. It's not a mistake. She looks to Auriel. I'm not perfect. No one is. And without darkness, there is no... Light would have no meaning. If everything was bright, then... nothing would be different. Because you've seen the darkness, it means you can appreciate the light. That's what Solista saw in me, and that's what I saw in you.
Okay. So, what do we do now? What?
She, thinks and sort of stands up to her full height, which she's not. She's as tall as Helene was, which I don't have written down. Helene... maybe I don't have that.
7'6".
No, we'll say Neve is, we'll call it 5'9". We'll say she's slightly taller than Helene, because I think Helene was about 5'7". But she stands tall, and you see that statue of Rael behind her, glowing like this beacon of hope in this space. And she sort of turns to look at it, taking in that radiance, that feeling of hope. And in this moment of the divine returning to Periphalon in a form that is natural, you hear a voice. It's wrong for this space. It's unholy in a space that should be just that. And the voice says, hope. Such a fragile, fleeting thing. It glimmers for a moment like a distant star in the void, before darkness swallows it whole. You're all stunned still as a rough, grey hand lurches forward, wrapping barbed black iron around Neve, forcefully attempting to pull her from your grasp side. Can you make me an athletics check?
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Come on, please. My rolls have been so bad. 15.
Nope.
You have hero points.
I know, but this is more fun.
This is the love of your life, dude. Use a hero point.
No, but
This is literally which door situation.
She
This reminds me of a telenovela or so once. Like they
she
get
is-
together, instantly, drama happens.
Neve, this sort of spiked. I don't want to use the word chains because James always bullies me for it. This sort of spiked black metal wraps around Neve's stomach, around her leg, and digs into her skin. And you watch as she grabs onto you, holding with as much as she can, just long enough to say, "There is good in him, Sidon. There is good in him. My spear, the crown," she yells, before she is flung backwards into the holy fire and vanishes.
Elaine!
You watch as she disappears. A thunderous roar joins Sidon's scream as your ears are filled with the sound of chaos. And the golden light fades, turning into shadow as a sickly green mist envelops the area. You hear the sizzling of melting stone as the head of Astrael's statue on the left dissolves, and from it crawls 2 hands, then a head, wings, and a body. Now I'm gonna need everyone to shut the fuck up for this. Father Auriel cowers back. Astrael, oh gods! And you see this form, this once radiant form, which had a face of pure essence of divinity. The morning star is pale, black blood pooling around his eyes and dripping from his mouth. The once pure hair now blackened with the void, his flesh embedded with tendril-like spikes that scar his own skin, which itself is covered in green, venomous veins. Upon his head is a crown of black, demonic horns. He stretches the once beautiful wings, holding a black, jagged great spear in his hands. You think your efforts will bring light to this world. Hope may gleam like gold, but despair is the corrosion that rusts every treasure. He steps forward towards the statue of Rael, looking towards it. I was once a light in the darkness, guidance for the lost. But then she sent me to the abyss. No one was there to watch me, just because the gods deemed it to be. So Kiosa, in the endless shadow, became my new vow, that in darkness I will be there to guide people. My master doesn't want me to kill you all. He's waiting for the sting of betrayal when his daughters stab you in the back. But that doesn't mean I can't have some fun. Especially with such honored guests. He strikes the spear into the ground, putting his hand forward in challenge. Let me show you the guidance I bring before banishing this shadow. And that's where we'll pick up next time.